All right, we're going aggro. We're full aggro. I don't even care at this point. You're gonna have to throw your Tinkerbell into one of these Calhouns, into this Lexington, to then, put 2 damage on the genie, because again, Calhoun
I
has
think
resist +1. So I mean,
it's an interesting thing.
uh,
If we have another Tinkerbell, we get to hit a Calhoun, shoot the genie, play Tinkerbell to get rid of or we shoot the Lexington and then play the Tinkerbell to get rid of the other. Oh, that also
oh
kind of
well,
does it
the Vincenzo Santorini coming down and
in
just
a much better way.
blowing holes into our genie and putting him straight into the discard. Yeah, that's a much cleaner way, because now we have a 2/8 the quest for 3. Again, I think that is it's like definitely Sapphire Steel's like, oh, we're ramping, and then we're gonna throw haymakers. But now it's like we are power ramping and then only throwing haymakers. And that is like, I don't know, isn't that like a thing in Magic where it's just like the big stompy boys? Like that's basically what we get to. It's just ramp to big stompy boys. Oh, you have muted yourself.
It's a You're like, you fool! You fool! You muted yourself while you meant to talk. Oh, how embarrassing! Yes. In Magic, it is a thing to an extent, but it's
okay.
it's format based, and like Magic has multiple ways to counteract ramp. That said, they did ban a card that was just like Sail. But you could play it as an instant at the end of their turn. I think that was the main thing, so you could represent counter magic, and they don't have that in this game. But that's one way to fight ramp. It's hard to say, oh, and we've got a Pete coming down with a dock. Fairly aggressive play.
Yeah, we did see. Yeah, I was about to say, it seems like we were kind of gummed up there, basically putting Demona into the inkwell, playing the Pete, playing the dock, discarding what, like you said before, you did say, I think they have a Thunderbolt stuck in hand. And that seems to be exactly the case, because we opted not to use it and just kind of get through our situation here. And now, no actions on your turn. But again, with 7 ink, I don't really need that many actions. I just need my Hades and my Vincenzos and my Tinkerbells. And that's kind of where we're needing to be. We already sailed 3 times. I'm not going to sail again. Your Pete's fine with me.
Chat, I'm never going to shave my head. I might get a haircut, but I'll never go bald. I have alopecia. I will never go bald again if I can help it.
Out of sheer force of will, we are not going bald. I mean, I think that's a good stance. It's a great stance, as we do see Haymaker
it won't
genetically.
Happen.
You're like, oh, okay.
Genetically, it won't. My mother's dad had a full head of hair till the day he died, and that's where you get your hair genetics from.
I love when people say that. Like, my dad died with a full head of hair.
No,
like,
my mother's dad. My mother's dad.
I know. I'm just saying, Cinderella, we see her. Dreams really do come true, and she's here. So
a little late. I mean, is she a dream or just an okay, whatever?
But then again, basically, we're not going to ink for this turn, and then we're going to pass our turn and basically take the worst card in our hand, ink it into the inkwell, and then draw a card and hope that now all of a sudden it is the best card in our hand.
Or
it's just another cheapo, which is like, oh my god, yeah. If it was another Cinderella, I would be so mad, because you could have just slammed both of them, and then you get to double filter. And it's so good.
Well,
but
then that would have taken the last card out of his hand, and then he'd have to filter no matter what.
But if it was terrible, then no, because you can trigger Cinderella, you can ink, draw a card, look at that card. If you want that card, then you can trigger the second Cinderella and ink that.
I'm saying that he has 2 cards in hand right now. He would have had to ink for his turn. Okay, nope. So he had 3. So he had 3 after playing the Cinderella. So he could have inked and played it. And well, all right. So no. So he inks for turn, has 2 cards left. Plays Cinderella, has 1 card left. Has to ink that card to draw a card. Then has to ink that card to draw a card. So if the first card you draw is a good card, you miss out on the next ink.
Yeah, but that's fine, because you were looking for a good card. That's the whole point. At this point, with this much ink, you don't really care about
2
ramp.
more bad cards, and it's possible that Haymaker
then you
has
just
1
don't
more
get rid
good
of them.
card.
Then you just have the Cinderella on board. But I mean, you don't play the Cinderella if you have a good card, but if you have a bad card, you play the Cinderella, get the bad card out of your hand, and then you go. Or you just play the body on board.
Do you think Haymaker has a Tinkerbell? Would be pretty good right here.
I mean, oh my
pretty dang good right here.
That would be Devastating. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. Just play the Tinkerbell and you can have the one Dumbo trigger. But no, we are going to go ahead and play the Horseman. Okay, but like, you can sprinkle the damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, individually.
Drawing.
Choose what? Oh.
When you play this character, each player draws 3, then discards. Choose an opponent. So you draw, discard first. All right, that's pretty good. That's like
do you do? Is it 2 damage? 2 damage for each action. So you can deal 2 damage. So you get to choose individual targets for the 2 damage, correct?
No. Choose an opposing character. So just one.
Oh, okay. So you're just about to either... So we're discarding a Dumbo, and then now we have 2 more choices. So we're going to discard a Hades, which would have been, you know, a card.
It might have done something this time.
Maybe. So now we're going to discard... This card is so fun. It's a Cinderella. He did have the other Cinderella. Oh, no!
Well, or drew
it's fine.
We'll assume he drew it.
We're just rolling a ton of dice, and so now we are going to... Oh, that's not good. Okay. So we discarded a Hades. We've got 0 damage so far. Oh, the Horseman strikes. He's going to get us. Is he going to get us? Oh, and it was a Mulan, which we had to discard 2 very good cards and do 0 damage. So we gambled, and it didn't work out.
I'm assuming Haymaker probably only has like 7. No, 11. 4 Sail, 4 Strength, 3 Thunderbolt, 4. We could say 4 Thunderbolt and say 12, so 1 in 6 cards. So there's a high chance that
there's not a lot left.
Discarding. Yeah.
Maybe we just wanted to play the fun card. Look at it. It's brand new and we get to gamble and roll dice. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? We could have played Hades, or, you know, maybe we drew the Hades potentially. Or then that would have been awful. That would have been actually heartbreaking, because that's probably what we were looking for, you know, when we were doing the Cinderella thing. Sure. And so then you drew the Hades and then you ended up having to discard it with the Horseman, and you're like, no, he is the cursed rider. Yeah, that was a cursed play. But I mean, he's a 5/7. He's a 5/7.
There's no way that Hades was in Haymaker's hand. He would have just played that.
I know, right?
There's no way that he was just like, do I want to gamble on the Dumbo?
Yeah, exactly.
Or do I want to guarantee answer it? Like,
I know. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I just ripped a... Oh, so we are going to play the Demona, which says that she comes in and exerts all of your characters, all one of your horsemen, and then you draw up to 3 cards if you don't have 3 cards in your hand, which is kind of crazy, because then she will turn that like Stone by Day effect on. And, you know, because like you have to have 2 cards. So it's kind of a really neat, flavorful synergy. Like, well, yeah, if you're the first one to play Demona, then you're feeling real good. If you're the second one, then you're a fool. I'm just kidding. Demona Wars, we're ready.
Well, I mean,
so good.
You make it so their Demona is exerted and doesn't ready up as well, though. So playing the second one's not that bad.
Oh, so maybe that. Oh.
So like they're both good. Like the first one allows you to maybe take out their board, and then the second one like makes it so they don't get to ready their monsters. Possibly
their monsters, the gargoyles. Oh,
not great spot. I just meant monsters as in giant characters.
Yeah,
but
the anti-gargoyle.
I guess
gargoyle.
They would be gargoyles.
Yes.
Yeah.
The like flavor of that is amazing. Like, yeah, the anti-gargoyle gargoyle. She is unhinged.
It's almost
She's
as if she betrayed all of the gargoyles.
Yeah, she did.
To be fair, she did not want the gargoyles to be destroyed. She just wanted the pesky humans to be like, you know, she was only.
Okay, you're like watching it. No,
dozens
just
of people.
Yeah, no, but like that was the crazy part too. Is like, that one episode when she was talking to Lexington, and she was like, I'm like, listen, I'm like, she's making like good points. Am I the villain now? Is that like, did I grow up to be like? Because she's making some real good points. So
that's just cartoons in general. If you watch too many, a well-written villain you start to agree with, and then the show writers are like, well, we can't have this. Let's just have them massacre.
Yeah, like we gotta do something like,
so bad that people are like, well, now I don't agree with anything they did. Not even the things they said before that was reasonable.
Yeah. So we played a Mulan, discarded
Hades.
Something. We did have a Hades come down, get rid of that Demona because she is a 5/6. So regardless of whether you Demona first or I Demona, or she mind controls and takes over Goliath and everything else.
Demona.
My Demona, yours is in the inkwell. So there we go. And is there a downside to this? Putting her in the inkwell? I don't think there is, honestly. Get her off of the board. She did the damage, but 5/6.
I mean, Goliath's really the pesky one. Once she comes in, she's
huge.
A big old gargoyle, yeah. But
ooh, like, okay, so we just double Cobra'd. All right, and now we're at 15 all of a sudden. Woo, okay, that's actually...
All right.
Okay,
all right.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Do we have a white rose? Is there like one white rose?
There's no cards in Trey's hand. So this is an interesting play.
Okay.
You have to think whether or not your opponent has a headless horseman. Because if you don't think your opponent has a headless horseman,
because this headless
then
horseman
you just keep Cobra in hand and play like the Calhoun you discarded. So then next turn you can quest with both of those, go to 19, play that and finish it off. I mean, you'd be at 15. Maybe it wouldn't matter. It would just be like to get an extra character that could maybe quest, but I think I just miscounted, and it's probably the same thing.
Yeah,
I was like, spot where we get to 19, and now...
I mean, it's going to turn around fast. So basically what they're saying is now I'm at 17. I'm going to unexert, potentially go to 19, which I mean, at that point, I'm just taking the lore because they're vanished characters and they can just hoof in an instant. And I'm just going to play cards off the top of my deck, and hopefully you can stop them for the next forever and ever and ever. But again, with the characters on Haymaker's side, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're not going up that fast. Oh, Cinderella only questing for 1. That's why she's not bananas busted, you know? But, Namari comes down, and that triggers Cinderella, which is great, but slow, and we scoop. Yeah.
Oh, and the boat is sinking for game 2.
No, we got a game 3!
Welcome, Raiders, right into an ad. Unfortunate for you. But we don't want that to happen during the game 3, so we're getting it out of the way. It might be irritating, but at the same time, I try to make sure all of the ads happen in between the games, so we try not to lose any action.
That's right. Ads, what are those? The real ones? No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Thank you for being here on Tuesday night at the ICL. I have finally accepted that it is Tuesday, and it's okay because we are in Whispers of the Well. And I think I was having like a bad day, and then they threw that first Whispers of the Well card, and now I'm just like, I have to like sit on my hands because I keep just like, I'm just like so excited to see these cards work. And again, like we saw one Headless Horseman do 4 damage, which is like, it could do like up to 12. I don't know. It's insane. And then we saw one Headless Horseman do 0 damage, which is, it was fun. We got to roll so many dice. Like, it's like, we're taking game actions now. And it feels like there's so much more agency because even if we're not doing a ton, the scripts don't feel as railroaded as they do in Fabled, and we're getting to do more things. So again, anytime you feel like you're having game actions, you feel like you're playing the game. And I just think that we haven't felt like we were playing the game in months, and personally. It
did feel like there was, if Haymaker didn't kind of stumble a little or had like a different opening, he could have interacted there, and he did interact to an extent. He wiped a lot of things, but Trey had reach, like a big reach. Had Trey just played all those characters and been forced to quest with them, there's a world that Haymaker could have removed enough and quested at the same time to maybe steal that game away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that double Cobra play, I think, was really that like last little bit. I mean, like gaining just 4, like
total, because they quest.
Oh right, yeah, because they quest
with both, and so that like.
I was like, yo, what does Cobra say? I was like for a second, I'm like, wait, what? Yeah. So, I mean, good. Like just instant 4 lore gain. I mean, yeah, sure, I discarded my hand, but at the same time, we saw it went up to 17. We quested, like you said, got 6 lore off of it, get to 19, and then can you remove a Lexington? Literally, you can't. Anyway, moving on, next game. And so... be a little careful. But yeah, so that is why I am extra hype. Maybe I will probably at some point stop yelling every time I see a new card, but we got 200 and something new cards, so odds are low. Odds are low. We're going to be yelling all season.
For those joining, we got a couple raids there. Shout out to Boo Boo Lorcana. I hope I said that right. as well as JDZ from earlier. I mean, but we already chit-chatted with him. We love both of them. We love that JDZ action. He'll be joining us here in the next round. And it is Tuesday Night Lorcana on the ICL, and now we're in Whispers territory. It'll be a fun little dive into the well with some flashy new cards, as Color was saying earlier. We've got some Headless Horsemen drawing cards and not dealing any damage. We got Olaf's being discarded. We've got Demona's being put into the inkwell by Hades. And we've got Hades not doing much of anything. It's been a fantastic night so far.
The Hades on Hades. Like, and I was like, oh, the Hades war. It's Infernal Schemer versus Infernal Schemer. But now there's going to be Infernal Schemer looking for a deal, and you're not going to know what the right answer is. It's so exciting. Okay, again, I have been deep in the wells for like a little bit now. So this is all the stuff that I've just been thinking about. And now I get to yell about it as we think a hook and then play a Diablo.
Hook for Diablo.
I know, but that was not whispery at all. That was just so...
Well, we're not going to play Olaf right now because we want some value out of it.
I do, though.
And we saw Strength get inked on turn 1, and now we're going with the Mulan into a Tipo. So we have this ramp. The question is, does Haymaker have Whisper's sweetheart herself, Cinderella? I don't know her sub-name.
Dream come true, as we do see a Calhoun. And at this point, I just yelled about Whispers for like 5 minutes, and we have seen a basically set, I don't know, let's say 4 meta. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's going to be the thing. Like, these decks are going to...
I know. The good cards are still good.
Surprising amount
Please,
of new
do
cards.
it.
Cinderella!
We do.
Dancing
Dreams really do come true. Yes, and then it says... whatever you wish for. Oh, let's see. The song, whatever you wish for.
Whatever so basically, wish for is nice. I kind of like dropping a shoe or something. So like each princess drops a shoe and it's into your inkwell. She drops the shoes into the inkwell.
Well, whatever you wish for is ramp, and we are ramping because Cinderella triggers herself. Fair. She says, at the end of your turn, if you played a princess character, you get to put a card into your inkwell, and if you do, draw a card. So basically, we are filtering with this princess, and we did see a Namari go down in the inkwell, so there is some princess synergy. I mean, again, Namari is just a good card that happens to be a princess that also happens to trigger Cinderella, so we're gaming. We're doing it. Yeah, there's our next Whispers card. Yes, we're doing it.
Lexington. You know, I don't know the subtype rather than...
I was like waiting. I'm like, Lexington. But he does have our brand new keyword, which is alert. What that means he can challenge as if he were evasive. So
small in stature.
Aw. He is. He's quite small.
Itty bitty talking voice. I did a genie thing there. But he's okay. If you remember listening, I can't remember where it was, but Katie was talking in a Lexington
Katie has
voice,
never seen gargoyles ever, so...
Or maybe it was on...
Yeah, she was, but I was going to say, Katie has not seen it, but we do see Tinkerbell, Giant Fairy, set 1 hero, come down and take out our 0/1 Diablo, which will allow us to draw a card on Trey's side. And then, of course, doing her thing, which would be challenging in, and when she challenges and banishes a character, she gets to do 2 damage. Notably, alert is not evasive, so she will be able to challenge that Lexington, who is small in stature.
Yeah, no broom action. Or Dumbo action. I don't know why I said that.
It says broom at the top of the screen, and let's go brooms.
I'm just used to brooms being banished to draw cards, so I was like, yeah, it's we're paying 1 just like a broom, and we're drawing a card. We're just not banishing our thing yet, but afterwards we might be. One of the things I love about new formats is that you get to see older cards like Tinkerbell, which do not see too much play unless you were the select few Yacht Club members who took it to the DLC and had a showing. So you didn't see it too often, but then you have cards like Cinderella come in, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, I can play these haymakers, we might say, with or without a 3 in the name. It's hard to say.
It's very... And never do that again.
I'm trying. I'm reaching. We're trying here.
We're trying to find the puns as Trey decides to go ahead and play his genie on 4 ink, which, I mean, you know what? That card is still good. And if you don't see a Lexington on the other side, it's going to be do really, really well. But at this point, that's why Lexington is so good, because it being a 4/4 can go ahead and punch those opposing genies, since it does come down on 3 ink. And we're going to go ahead and see the Strength of a Raging Fire. We're going to get rid of that Cinderella so you don't get to trigger her anymore. Not with your Namaris, not with your double Cindy plays. which again is bananas. So then we'll have Calhoun take Tipo and gain us 2 lore. So this is actually looking pretty decent.
Yeah,
However, 7.
This is interesting. I don't know if I would have done that or not. I honestly don't know, because Haymaker is like
Stone by day.
signaling that he has another Tinkerbell or something, because he quested with Tipo, kind of being like, yeah, challenge it away. I'll happily, challenge with my Tinkerbell, but I guess he didn't have it.
So we
all
actually go
right.
ahead and play. He hurled his Thunderbolt, which is 4 damage, and it absolutely goes ahead and cleanly gets rid of that genie. So our Tinkerbell decided to sing and not challenge, but we do see Goliath Clan Leader come down, and that says a whole bunch of text that basically says you have to have 2 cards left at the end of your turn, and if you don't, you can draw up to 2 cards, or you have to discard down to 2 cards. And we did see that. That's such a cool gargoyle flavor effect, because basically that's going to get rid of that stone by day and you'll be able to ready your Lexington. However, that means you are going to have to discard down to 2 cards. And we saw that Trey actually has quite a few cards in hand, especially since we played Genie to draw another one last turn.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Trey. Haymaker's starting to sweep him up a little bit with these giant characters.
We got the broom pun. We got it in there.
I had to.
I know. We do see a Dumbo go down into the Inkwell, because again, with that Goliath there, and we're going to discard the Olaf to the Cobra to then gain 2 lore, and then we're going to play the Dock to discard. We can't hold it back anymore. I added so many words in there. That's not actually everything that card says, but that's the second time I've seen that sucker be discarded. But that one is saying, it says a lot of things. That basically says like
deal 1 damage.
Yeah, it's like do 1 damage, because it takes all the damage off of your character and then throws it onto their character. But we only see 1 damage, so we're not doing a whole bunch. But I guess we are going to go ahead and quest with our Calhoun there. And
yeah, interesting.
Stone by Day is gone. We only have 2 cards
for now.
For now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How would give more, but
maybe if that's strength, like if 2 of those cards were strength, perchance, and we could pray that our Lexington and our Calhoun. Okay, just kidding. As Hades, the Infernal Steamer, comes down and probably gets rid of, I don't know. Yeah, that Cobra. That seems good. I like that. And now we were seeing basically kind of what happened in game 1, where there are 3 characters to 3 characters, but unfortunately for Trey, Haymaker's 3 characters are Hades the Infernal Schemer, Tinkerbell Giant Fairy, and a literal gargoyle. So it's bigger than your tiny gargoyle, your Marine Sergeant, and your Dwarf. Ugh. Well, yeah, they're gone.
That was the dangerous thing about questing there, is he just has the cleanup. You had to hope that there wasn't a Hades to answer the Cobra, which is why we were able to do it, to be like, well, sure, you can do it, but I'm going to answer your things. I'm going to send the Dock into the Tinkerbell. I'm going to send this Cobra into your Goliath. I'm going to run you out of cards. I'm going to try to play Genie into Genie into Genie, and that's how I'm going to get through this game, or play Demona. But, like, at this point in the game, I mean, there's a Goliath in play. Draw the cards, bro.
I
Draw the cards.
Because in any other situation, when Hades looking for a deal comes down, you target their character and say, hey, let's make a deal. Are you going to let me draw 2 cards, or are you going to cram the best card on your board underneath your deck? And in some instances, it's fine. You put the card under your deck and you're like, all right, well, it's a removal spell. Or you say, I literally do not care, and you can draw 2 cards. But we are going to play the Hades into a Calhoun and pass.
Sorry, I was shocked we didn't take the Tinkerbell trade, but maybe that means Trey's sitting on another strength and is going to try to like get that other character.
Yep. So another Hades the Infernal Screamer comes down and gets rid of, well, it goes into the Inkwell. So we're going to have to make sure. It goes
into the Inkwell.
Yep. So we're going to put that into the Inkwell where she belongs. That's a special tool that's going to help us for later. But at this point, again, you being able to get rid of 2 Hades, you breathe on Tinkerbell at this point, and she's gone. Goliath, again, he is a 4/5, so you're going to have to maybe throw your Yeah, it's not great. It's not great because again, Hades looking for a deal is only 3 power and 4 willpower. So if you throw the Lord of the Dead into the clan leader, he's gonna he's not gonna make it. Even though he's a literal god, the gargoyle will win that battle. So
I feel like that's lore-ish appropriate, maybe. I don't know if there's ever any
you don't think
gods in gargoyles, but there might have been. Like, the
I have to keep
gargoyles
watching
time
it.
travel. They did some crazy stuff.
They didn't time travel. They were literally frozen in time in stone for
Well, no,
1,000
they
years.
like went.
They did
I
not
feel like
time
they
travel.
went
They
back
just
in time at some point.
Oh yeah, you watched a little bit further than okay, yeah. All right. Well, I haven't like I vaguely remember
The
that,
show
but then
gets
I haven't gotten it.
crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say I haven't gotten that far. I started watching DuckTales because I was like, I need like a little bit of a break. And now I am absolutely obsessed
DuckTales.
with it.
Woohoo!
I like got hooked on DuckTales and I'm almost done with season 3 and it's so good. Is Goliath a 6'4", 6'5"? I
Yeah,
thought oh, he is a 6'5". And Demona is a 6'5" as well.
a 5'6".
A 5'6". That's what it was. So I got their stats mixed up. Well, and it makes more
You know,
sense that he would be a 6'5".
no, I disagree. I think that is a flavor fail.
That
I
he's the
think
taller one.
Demona should have
Should be
more.
that. Should be that
She's
gargoyle.
the aggressive, and Goliath is a more defensive. He is like a
Oh, I
hero
see what you're saying.
guardian, and she is an aggressive assault. I mean, he's got some anger. Sure, he's a
Ooh,
strong boy, and there's the strength, which is
there's the
why we
strength there.
didn't trade the dock in. We wanted to give a couple of lore, and now we trade the dock in.
This is
Since
actually
it
we're
serves
cleaning up
its
quite
job.
a bit here. So I mean, even we weren't in like an advantageous situation going into it. That board, I said we were going to
Uh-oh.
have a. Why did we draw?
So we were going to draw for uh, Goliath, but we forgot that we banished the card.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So that's just a card that's going to sit on the table. But again, yeah, I was saying like, oh yeah, we've got this Tinkerbell, gust of wind, everything, and we do see a Cinderella come down, and we're just going to go ahead and quest. No, we'll take it
Challenge.
out. I guess, at this point,
So,
I get so
so
greedy. I'm just like, I'm just going to quest.
Haymaker's deck should win the long game. Outside of
Yes.
trade, like going Hades into Hades into Hades, or like Dumbo and some things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
drawing too many cards, having a threat that doesn't get answered, basically. And we probably have
Mm-hmm.
Vincenzo in hand. So we're gonna just take that Hades off the board. We don't want him to be able to sing a Thunder. Like, we don't want to dock into Thunder into another Hades, because it
Mm-hmm.
might have actually been okay-ish there. And we hit
Oh
a Thunderbolt to deal
no!
2 damage.
So
And if
two
we hit
damage.
one more, we get to take out this Dumbo.
Oh, that's so crazy. And those were 2 of our white roses. So that was 2 cards with instant lore gain. So that's a Tipo. Tipo, I swear you are
We're
popping up
only
at
at
the wrong times.
6.
Always.
We're
Always.
only
I
at
know, but
6 of
still,
the
don't you get the
instant lore
roses?
gains.
There
There it
it is.
is.
Develop your brain. That's 2. So
I
we're up
did
to
not
4
realize
damage.
we got developed. We might be up to 16, a fourth of our
Is
deck.
it? It's another. I mean, this is still so.
Oh!
I mean, it's still. It only
It
goes
doesn't
into one thing,
matter.
but it doesn't matter. But at the same time, we just did 6 damage to a Dumbo off of a Headless Horseman trigger. So that 8 ink was well spent, and I love Whispers of the Well cards because they're so fun.
Maleficent Dragon,
Time.
Headless Horseman. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
Something.
same thing.
Different
Cost 1
ink.
less in steel. It's fine, but we do see a Tipo come down, and he's gonna get us a lore, and that's fine. I guess I'm cool with it.
This is. I don't know if I would have quested with a Cinderella or not. I mean, I guess he's basically saying if you don't want to take out my Hades, that's fine, because now I'm going to send my Tipo into your Heron. But the other Heron now gets to still trade with the Hades, and we do get an extra 3 lore out of the whole deal, so maybe it's worth it.
Yeah,
Because if we
I
had a
think so.
Tinkerbell, I feel like
Pop.
yeah. If we had this Tinkerbell, I don't think I would have
Yeah.
quested with a Cinderella.
Oh
if
yeah,
we
because you
didn't,
would keep it around. But at the same time, it's like at that point we probably drew into it because we sailed into some situations, and again, so it's more or less just like we have 1 minute
Wait.
left, so let's have at it.
Never mind. I was thinking you don't do it, but yeah, if you have the Tinkerbell, it's a big sign to do it. It's like, you want to take it, that's fine. I have Tinkerbell. I also have the Tipo. It's just free, I guess, at this point.
It's just free real estate. But again, here we go. Now we have 44 seconds left, and so we're going to go to time. But that's all right. That's story on board, game on board, lore in play. We're going to go and draw a Strength of a Raging Fire, which is not going to do anything. But hey, I guess we're still playing. So
we're having fun here, apparently.
Yeah, so we're just going to look and see what we did. And yeah, those are cards. We're going to go ahead and just quest. Did he just like BM the Horseman trigger?
Just be like, what do we get? What do we get? Doesn't even finish it.
He's like,
DQ'd.
I just wanted to play this. This is I told you that card is so fun. He's so funny. He's like, you know what? We got 2 seconds left. Let me just play a Horseman really quick. Let me see how much damage I was about to do to your Black Heron. And the answer was all of it.
Let's jump in for the interview.
Hello.
So, I guess I only have one thing to say, Haymaker. I'm on a boat!
Oh my goodness. So
did you
I have to ask
play
while
this at the DLC before? Were you on that or did you not?
No, I wasn't on that. I was not part of that, unfortunately, and I brought Purple Steel and regretted it every single round as I proceeded to queue into Blurple decks. It's hard to be too upset bringing the deck that won the same, colors that won the event, but I should not have brought that. I should have just brought Blurple myself.
So I do have a question. Oh, I have to ask you about the echo. That's the worst. But that last Headless Horseman. What the hell, man? You're just like, you wanted to see. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. New card, play it for fun. See what you get.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Why not?
Put this little guy out here.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
I want to turn on my face cam, but it's a disaster behind me, so I'm not going to.
Oh, I get that.
So let's start off with the Sapphire Steel. We already talked to you about it a little bit, that you didn't play it, but you kind of wish you had played anything but Amethyst Steel. How do you feel about it in this set? Are you happy with the Cinderella? Does she live up to the hype?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and even last set, I did play test Blue Steel quite a bit at the start of the format and ended up moving off it. I wasn't on the Shift Jasmine line that a lot of the players who did well with Blue Steel were on that, and that's probably a big difference in terms of why I didn't find success early on in the format. So I'm always happy to go back to Blue Steel. Blue Steel was my first deck all the way back in set 2 as well. And it feels very similar now. Like before, you were, way back in set 2, all you cared about was altering to find a 2-drop and 3-drop ramp. And now you're altering just to find 2-drop ramp and 4-drop ramp, basically, right? So you can kind of throw everything and look for those. So I do kind of like that, and just dropping the boats is always a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought the person named Haymaker likes playing giant haymakers? I never would have guessed. All right. Yeah. Trey, why don't you tell us a little bit about your deck and some of the new fun toys that you've gotten?
The new fun toys are obviously the new Hades and the Demona, and then just I like the Heron. I don't like seeing 3 Herons in a row that far into the game, but it's really just gotten I was running a version with no docks because it just felt like there was enough card draw, and then I hit enough times where I was just like, man, a dock would be really nice right now. Purple Steel is Purple Steel. You've got the Cobra is always there, just to kind of pull you back from a deficit pretty quickly, or just race you up faster. I was trying the. There was another fun card that didn't get shown here, was the Pluto, the Steel Champion. Ooh. Your Steel Champion, or when you take something down with a Steel, you gain 2 lore. That's been fun. The the other Frozen song, I forget which line of the word, which line of the song it is. I can't hold it back anymore. That's been fun, just as like a fifth Elsa that also heals your side of the board. And just I've had one game where I accidentally nuked the thing. I was just like, well, I wanted to kill it with the Calhoun, not the damage. But it's fun to just be like I mean, I did it with the Jasmine there. Just like swing in enough, move that, and then take it out. The deck feels like I've been I've been playing Amethyst Steel since the game came, or well, I think since set 2, because I think Amethyst Amber was where it really started. And then I've just been like, there's people that are in the Sapphire Steel cult. I'm in the Amethyst Steel cult. I refuse to move off of it. And I mean, my screen name is Brooms. I've played Brooms up until Fabled hit, and then I was like, I'm free. Like I mourned it for like a week, and then I was like, I'm free. I can play a good deck, and it just so happened that the colors I wanted was the best deck. It still feels good. Blue Steel is a hard matchup for me. I mean, I think the numbers back that up, but also just mentally, I've got Rod here, and Rod just destroys me on Blue Steel every single time. And like in our Fable testing, there was a night of play testing where it was just okay, he went 13-0 into me, and then that just continued for 3 weeks, and I was like, I can't beat it. I went somewhere else, played some other Blue Steels, and took it down. But I don't know if I get the yips when I see it, but it definitely is a hard matchup.
Makes sense. And I mean, the one thing, the new cards that did not do well is your Hades underperformed. Or you could argue that Haymaker's Goliaths overperformed.
Yeah.
But every time you played a Hades, it was just this could have been almost it's literally a 5-cost 3/4, because you're gonna be drawing those cards almost no matter what anyways, and you don't have the ink to really take advantage of it. So it's definitely a rough spot to be in when you had those.
Yeah, I loved the you can just draw 2 before I even declared a target. I was like, cool, fair, makes sense. Yeah. I was like, that's about how that goes.
This is a tough match for that Hades, because I'm never gonna let any of my guys. All my guys are so much ink that I could never put them on the bottom. And then the Goliaths work if Beyond the Horizon's in the deck, then it's another way to punish.
Yeah, there was a turn where I ended with a dock and drew up to 2 when you had Goliath, and I was like, this feels bad now. Ending the turn with a dock feels great unless there's a Goliath. Except and it's well, I could have just I could have just had the tempo, not drawn the 2, kept whatever was in my hand, and then drawn 1 or 2. But I mean, I'm super excited about Whispers in the Wells. I might go back to Amethyst Amber because the Cauldron and the Horn King look super fun, but I have a propensity to play bad decks, so that's probably why it looks really good. So I'm excited. I know I got colors ears perked up with that one.
I was messing with my little heater thing back there, and I was like, "Yo, I was summoned. I heard it. Horn
she
King."
She was not
Cauldron.
On screen and ran to the screen.
Well, I got to play Cauldron the other night, and it's not great, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Is there any shout outs that you want to give before we move on to the next round, Trey?
Shout out to Team Impact. Shout out to Rod. Shout out to the Maelstrom homies. I feel like a fraud every time I'm in there asking for help, but they're super helpful over there. And shout out to the ICL. I've been watching it since it started. Thanks for Rod for telling me that. Definitely surprised the person that made it. Definitely did. Shout out to my wife and kid at home. They let me go out and do this. So, it's been a blast. I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. You always got to shout out the fam. Haymaker.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll shout out Slab Sharks, who's our new sponsor for the season. Great place to go online and buy, sell your cards. Really appreciate them supporting us in making it out to the tournaments, and all of the guys on the team. Shout out to SLTC. Looking forward to dusting them 3-0 next week. Or not. Or whenever we play them. I think it's next week. And yeah, shout out to my kids, Aiden and Bobby, who are the best.
Aw. Shout out, small humans.
So it is a little bit of a spoiler, but the next week feature match is actually SLTC and Slab Sharks. Slab Sharks is getting 2 in a row.
All right.
Oh wow.
So we'll get
Calling
to
it
see whether or
shots.
not Haymaker is on point.
Oh, we're gonna be talking. I hope there's a lot of trash talk. Like, you know,
I mean, that's
the silly little toilet cleaners have nothing on it.
So before this week, both teams are undefeated. So if both teams maintain the undefeatedness, like that was why they were selected. It was both teams are doing very well this season.
That should be a good match, and the rest of these games should be good as well. So we got work to do still here if we want to keep our undefeated streak going.
Let's see if Broom's team, Impact TCG, is able to get it. Thank you both. Have a great night. We're going to jump back into the booth. Let's see. It's like a race before Color can start talking, and I can go and undeafen myself in the thing. But I think I won the race this time.
You did win that race. That's crazy. Whoopsie. All right, we did it. So we are now Slab Shark 0, Impact TCG 0. Just kidding. Slab Shark is
I was
at
literally
1.
about to change it.
Yeah, you won the race, but
I lost that.
It's
like the sound effect you made when I was muted. Well, I see you muted.
I don't know. Did I sound like Bane? That's crazy.
I don't know. But that's what we're going for now.
Yeah.
I was born in the muted Discord.
You literally were. You were born muted, Luke. So I said that is tradition. If you are not muted, I really think we whiffed on tradition. But
we had such a long run of no audio issues. Episodes.
Was it like 2 days? Oh.
Dozens of us. There were dozens of episodes with no issues, audio issues, I swear.
Oh,
right. But
you know what?
I'm out. You know, it was, as always, it is a pleasure to cast with you, and
Absolutely.
Maybe one day I'll be on another show with you. I don't know, man. Playing a game of Allies.
Okay. I asked. I will DM you because I want to get Maelstrom back on there because you guys fought more than any other team who has ever played on my show. I basically had 4 hours of you guys yelling at each other, and I had to clip it into digestible banter.
I played a lot of multiplayer Magic, like years and years of doing nothing but playing multiplayer with my friends for hours every other day. Mm-hmm. So I'm opinionated in my multiplayer plays, and if I'm playing with people who are day 2ing in DLCs and people who are like I view as my peers of that equal skill level, I'm gonna yell at them if they make plays I disagree with.
It's a multiplayer game for fun. You can't disagree
that
with a multiplayer move.
The fun is winning.
That is not the fun of winning. If you're trying to win in multiplayer, you have already lost. That is absolutely.
But
the variance is
win.
Too high.
It required teaming up against me. That's fine. That's fine. If it takes all 3 of you to stop me.
But that's part of multiplayer. That's part of multiplayer is making sure that you are not the enemy at the table to where everybody goes, you know what? You're losing.
You should still be trying to win. You should still be trying to win.
I'm always trying to win. I'm also always trying to take 75 game actions during a turn, and that is winning for me.
Those tend to actually line up, Ashley. If you made the correct
R&B, I'm with you. I was like, no, I shifted a Sapphire Merlin and went and got a cauldron, I think, or maybe no, I went and got a teapot. That's what I went. I went and got Mad Hatter's teapot off of a Merlin shift. That was the correct play, and you can't tell me different because I had a Merlin's Cottage in play, and it was the most fun because then I got to mill R&B's Tamatoa, and he said a bad word. So I won multiplayer. I didn't win the game, but I won multiplayer.
I'll let you and JDZ discuss that because I'm out of here. We didn't get to do predictions, so at this point,
We're
I
all
think it's
correct.
unfair to do predictions for the match. But I'll let you two do a prediction for who's going to win the next game.
Awesome.
Or that's the one problem with doing these. There's like two sets of matches. It's game, match, set. We have one match won already of the set, and we're going to go into another match, and I'll let you two predict those. And as someone said in chat, happy Veterans Day, and we're going to put one of our favorite veterans on screen with Ashley right now.
Okay.
Yo, what up?
Bro,
what up? What up?
Is that what they made you do in the Army?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, it depends.
Just like just back and forth. Keep going.
No, it's a right hand only. Right
okay, I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boom, there it is.
One. Well,
salute to the troops out there on Veterans Day. We got ICL on a Tuesday, getting loose, getting active. I saw that match color. I'm excited. I see your energy is so much higher now.
I know. I was like, can you? I cannot finish a sentence, but I literally thought that halfway through, not even halfway through, like 3 cards into the first match, and I was like, oh my god, I've been bored for months. Yeah. I've been bored out of my ever-loving mind, and I can say it now because I don't
know if bored is the correct phrase.
Okay, so I am severely ADHD, and if everything isn't at an 11, I am bored, and that is a mental disorder. But at the same time, I need it, and that's what this game has given me. Is just like that. Like when you see a card, you're stoked. When you play a mechanic, you're like awesome. And I just feel like Fabled was so like, blah, let's play.
How long will it last though? And I think I do believe that Whispers in the Well is going to offer us an opportunity to get a lot of different unique strategies coming on to the forefront. So I think these players will be able to rotate different cards through to keep that quote unquote boredom at bay, because I still to this day don't know what the best deck is yet. And hopefully we don't find out until this set is over.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Winter Spell, we're going to be like, oh man, that was the best deck. We absolutely got cooked by it way too many times instead of just being like, hello, Illumineer. Again, I do have some PTSD from the whole meta from last time, but I'll let that not. Luke was like, can you make your head not cut off? And JDZ just went like down into the chair. So
I'll just drop it. Drop it down a little bit. Maybe I can I'll go a little in there. How's that? But we got 2 cool players coming out for this round number 2, match number 2, game number 2, set number 2. Dale Bolito of the Slab Sharks versus Daniel Yohuale. I believe I'm saying that correct. I'm gonna keep saying it like that. Yohuale.
The guy with the name that starts with a D. I'm taking that from chat. Okay. I like that one. Somebody with the name that starts with a D is going to win.
And wearing a hat
is up to you. Yeah, and wearing a hat, absolutely.
But let me tell you, I'm never gonna pick against Dale. It's just something I cannot do. Sorry, Daniel, but you better make sure you pack a lunch because it's gonna be a long day. Because Dale Bolito is coming after you with everything he's got. You're gonna be on the draw. You're gonna need every little piece. Oh, you're gonna be on the play. You're gonna need every little piece of that play that you're gonna get because he's coming at you with everything he's got. There you go. Take it to the bank.
I mean, there's like a couple ways I can go. I could go with Dale because I love Dale, and I could also go with Daniel because you chose Dale, and Daniel needs that support. But again, I'm basically, God, Dale is so nice though. Like, Dale, you know what? I'm gonna pick you, but Daniel, if you see me at a DLC, come up, say hey. Maybe you'll be nicer than Dale, and I'll pick you next time. That's where we're at.
That's fair.
I'm going off straight vibes, by the way.
And me too. I mean, if I did have to ever pick against Dale, it would be here because I love me a game 3 with some stakes on the line, and I know how bad this team Impact wants to put a win in the win column, and I also know how bad this Slab Shark organization wants to maintain that undefeated status. So it's going to be an uphill climb for both of these players, but I would love to see a game 3 with stakes, but I cannot root against Dale. I think Dale's taking it down.
I was about to say, if one of you guys 2-0s the other one, I will be upset because the more of this meta that I get to see, the better. So I need a game 3. So one of you, I don't know, can you like throw a punch at the very end so we get it? Anyway, it's fine. Do not do that. Play the game. Let's play all of it to our fullest ability, even though it's a bit blurry. Is that me? Is that my internet? I love it.
But it's going to be time, and it's underway as we got the John Silver in the Inkwell to start with Webby right away. We might be getting a little bit of that Emerald Sapphire deck. That's a deck I think is the best deck. If we had to have a best deck,
know.
I think it's the Emerald Sapphire strat. What do you think, Color?
I don't want to. You basically said it is a little less blurry, but yeah, I mean, you basically said we don't know what the best deck is, and then you're like, by the way, it's Emerald Sapphire.
If I had to
be wrong, but oh God, is it going to be a mirror? I don't know if I can do it, JDZ. I don't know if I can do it. I didn't see any inks.
You got it. I believe that was I want to say that was a Go-Go Tamago going down into the Inkwell for Dale.
Oh, so maybe it's Emerald Amethyst.
It could be Emerald Amethyst. Both of these decks could be Emerald Amethyst. For all we know, we haven't really had a chance to see anything else, as the Bobby is going to get shifted with the Webby here. But on the play, Webby is not going to be as powerful as the on the draw Webby.
It's not as powerful, but it is a 4-cost that can sing a 4-cost song. It's a 2/4 and it has 2 lore and it has ward. So again, a warded 2/4 on turn 2 that just already got you the 2 lore is actually still pretty good. And again, we do now realize that like Webby on the draw is very good, and that is the obvious use for Webby. But at the same time, Webby introduces a massive amount of mind games at this point, because now this could potentially be a mirror, and say that we don't have our Webby. So we do see the Prince Philip come down, and say that we don't have our Webby. Do we continue to ink? Do we ramp? Because if we're going to ramp on Dale's side, that means that Webby's about to get value out of us just playing our sale on turn 2. So again, it becomes a mind game situation, even though we're on the play.
Yeah, and not having a Webby to return fire. So one Webby to rule them all on Dan's side. So Dale has to make a decision here. And I think, never mind, check that. We're both going to be Webby gamers, as shift Webby onto Webby as Webby staring at Webby.
I know.
This is going to be us for the next 6 months, Color. Are you ready?
Webby versus Webby.
You get Webby. It's all Webby.
We're Vander quacking. Yeah, and I mean, that at point, it's like, okay, so now at this point, we're not gonna get it. We're still in the play. We can quest our Webby. We're still gonna get that 2 lore, and we could just challenge into your Webby. We could do some Webby on Webby violence, or we could just go ahead and quest for 2. Now we're at 4, which seems like a pretty good play. And we'll go ahead and ink to play the Prince Philip, the 3-drop, the warded 3/2 with 2 lore.
And that's another interesting point about these new metas. It's just going to take not a long time, but players are going to have to put in a ton of reps to kind of understand what to do in these certain situations. I mean, in older metas that we've had, it's like, hey, when this happens, you always do this, or when my opponent Webbies me on the play or on the draw, I'm going to do that. And it's going to take time to figure out how to engage with these new things. And those are also very interesting things to point out, as now Dale is going to, maybe you could take a little bit of Webby value here, and you will.
Absolutely.
The first Webby trigger that we've seen in the ICL. What a day.
I know. So the ICL, so we go ahead and quest the Webby, get 2 lore, take the top card of our deck and put it face down and exert it into our Inkwell, which is really good because we can still ink for turn, which means that's why Webby is so good on the play, because we just go ahead and quest the Webby, then ink for turn. Now we're ramping and you're not.
But if again, you do, though, you're opening up your opponent to come in with some more Webby of their own, as we are going to bring out that Cheshire Cat.
It is Amethyst. Ooh,
look at that.
Sorry. Again. It's going to be weeks of me talking over you because I'm like, just like screaming I'm used about to every Color. Card.
I know. We've been rolling for a long time. I can handle the Color, okay? No issue. Keep it rocking. Never change, okay? But I had an event in this weekend. I was down there at Sharp Gaming, and we saw Mo play an Emerald and Amethyst deck, and it was really cool. So maybe this could be something similar to that with the Cheshire Cat. Is another slam dunk card in this metagame. Love to see it as we get another Webby quest. The Webby wars are waging. I don't know if I'm a big fan of these Webby wars.
Webby wars are waging? Did you say the Webby wars are waging?
The Webby wars are waging. There it is. We're Webby. We're all Webby all the time.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like now I don't even have to ink out of my hand anymore, because basically you're going to quest with your Webby. It's going to give you ink, and then you can go ahead and ink on the top of your deck. So this is almost like a weird roundabout card advantage situation. Like, of course you can't use the ink on that turn, so you are kind of setting yourself back on that, but I get to keep the cards in hand, and we're our Emerald Sapphire against our Emerald Amethyst. And so we now know that we are ramping. We do have the small 3-drop Prince Philip available to us. Again, we're just trying to get up to 6 ink so we can sing that Mean, Malicious, and Scary, shift our Prince Philip, and then clear every single board off of Dale's board. So again, against So the Emerald Sapphire versus Emerald Amethyst situation. I don't know how this fares. I think you saw it this weekend, though.
We are in untested terrain.
Oh.
We are in new air, and I'm here for it. As we have the Emerald Sapphire player, noticeably the Sapphire player did not manually ramp on 2. Hasn't used any of the ramping cards yet, but still has a pretty healthy inkwell thanks to the triggers of that Webby. As now Del Bolito has to kind of really think about how they want to continue to use these inks to play into your opposition Webby, as multiple cards in hand. You still can, I believe you're still behind the Webby 8-ball right now. I can't tell with those patent pending white sleeves. No mat for Del Bolito either.
I think he's a 4 ink, but at the same time, that Cheshire Cat says Dale has all 4 pixels running real hard in his camera right now. But again, that Cheshire Cat says basically when you boost it, that's one of our little boosty guys. So you pay boost to our Whisper, and that you can go ahead and remove a damage and put that onto another character. However, there is no damage, and both of Dan's characters have ward. So that is just a 3/4. It's a 3/4 at this point, as we do see the genie come down to draw us a card. So
Cheshire Cat really not able to do too much in this situation, but he can help if you do exert your Webby again. I believe you had an opportunity to challenge that Webby last turn, elected not to do so, and putting down another warded character. So maybe just playing this ward strat, and now with this warded Kita, along with this warded Prince Philip and this warded Webby, you have enough to potentially sing together and Under the Sea that Dale's going to have to be super cognizant of. I know that that card is kind of falling out of the meta a bit, but it still is a viable thing to play in this game.
I still like it. I'm like, ooh, like why not both? You know what I mean? Like Mean, Malicious, and Scary, and we have the Prince Philip kind of combo with that little sweeper situation. But then also Under the Sea just still hits so much. I'm the type of person where I wanted 2 Madame Medusas and 2 Lady Tremaines, and I'm gonna draw the wrong one at the wrong time. But at least they're both in the deck, and I know they're in there. You know,
give yourself a chance. I like that. Just split the difference a little bit. But this board is warded and ready to rumble. We're going to pass back on over to Dale, who gets a little quest in with this genie. Pixels dropping ever so slightly, but we'll be fine as we know what's happening.
We have 2. That's fine. Yeah, we are sitting at 4 frames per second, and that's fine in a year of our Lorcana 2025. But I don't know. Are we setting this Webby sideways? Are we trying to gain some more lore? The 3/4 Cheshire Cat is fine. It's not fine with the Shift Prince Philip, Mean, Malicious, and Scary, but it is fine with the Under the Sea. So at this point, I think we're just going to have to get as much lore as possible. You can't. Ursula 2 would interact with Mean, Malicious, and Scary, but you can't stop an Under the Sea. So
if he had the Ursula, if Dale had the Ursula 2, surely he'd probably just take a little sneak peek here just to be on the safe side if he had it. So maybe it's indicated that we don't have that Ursula 2, as we are going to continue to give up our Webby here, as you couldn't go Kita and Webby into Webby to clear Webby, but that will too many Webbies.
Yeah, so much Webby on Webby. But yeah, the Webby Vanderkark. And again, I love that she's in this meta, and I love that the card is so good because this character is bananas insane chaos
at the
same time. In the show.
Okay.
When I tell you the show is so good, it's so good.
Really?
Because it's like, it's really, we are going to double spell some mystery cards.
Okay, so that looks like the new Flynn Rider, and that looks like another Cheshire Cat, I want to say.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be on the back row. More Whisper. So Dale is including these new Whisper strategies from Whispers in the Well, being very ironic and iconic. I like it.
Do you think he has like the blessed bagpipes in there too?
Please pop it off. I love it.
Let's go.
Go all in, huh?
But the Headless Man Horse, everybody who looks at Headless Man Horse and the Manny, the Amber card that has that like cursed thing on it, if you are confused by that, go watch the first episode of DuckTales, the 2017 version on Disney Plus.
I will.
That's all you have to do.
I watched one episode in preparation for my card reveal, because I got a DuckTales card in my card reveal, and I was like, I've never seen this new show. I want to check it out. It seemed pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. And also Garrick, shout out to Garrick from Garrick's Lorcana Lair. He said the same thing. He said that he watched the show. It's great. Like, you got to check it out.
I think because I was like, oh, it's the reboot. It's not going to be that good. Blah, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. And then I like watched it and I'm like, no, this hits on all levels. I have no idea why. And especially if you liked Doctor Who. So if you were a very
Mhm.
big Doctor Who fan, David Tennant is the one who voices Scrooge McDuck and it is flawless. But we are going to go for some questing or challenging.
Challenging, yeah. So we take
Webby
that
down.
advantageous plus and clear the Webby, winning the first ever Webby war of the entire new set as we ink that Clarabelle as well. So what else can we do with that remaining 3 ink? Put down another warded character. So you're all in on ward. The keyword of ward is your friend, and it's kind of working quite nicely for you. But Dale is slowly creeping up in the lore total, sitting at 12 now. But you do have a lot of pressure coming back from your side as Dan. And now kick it back on over to Dale. What can you do? These Cheshire Cats looking kind of silly with all this ward around.
I know the ward is there, but we can't go ahead and boost that Flynn Rider, and that will give him 2 strength and 1 more lore, and then you don't have to boost him ever again. That's just what he'd be doing after that. He quests for 2. He has 2 more. I think he becomes like a 4. He gets a 4.
No, he'll become a 3-2. No, he'll become a 3-2, 4-2.
Who knows? I have 4-2, 3-2. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's big. He quests for 2, and that is the only time you have to boost him. Again, the boost on the Cheshire Cat can be used multiple times, but you can't use it on a warded character. And I think Dan he's getting us with that, which is crazy. So
I mean, but if you want it, you could probably just quest those 2 quests. You can base boost your Flynn and then quest those 2 guys, and then send the other 2 on a challenge end with those 3-4 stat line. Those are pretty good, and you'll get a 2+ as well. But you will leave some damage floating. So a hard played or a shifted Prince Philip would probably be your demise here. So let's see how Dale breaks it down.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I was about to say, I mean, I don't know if I would go questing or challenging with the healthy characters, because basically you're saying like, okay, yeah, that all you have to do, like I did the mean, malicious, and scary work for you. Now all I have to do is just like shift Prince Philip and your whole board's gone. And again, that's basically what you're gonna have to do is challenging. And that's such a bad place to feel. It's like, okay, I got to get rid of your characters, but if I get rid of your characters, you're gonna Prince Philip me. You know?
Sure. I think it is a tough spot, as we are going to send that send that Flynn Rider on into that damaged Kita to take her out. And we also send after that Webby. I think you will have to clear these Webbies anyway, just because Webby's implication of being able to sing. I think that is another huge problem that you have to worry about. So I'd rather just go for the Flynn or go for the shift on the Prince Philip and clear out 1 character instead of being able to sing the malicious, mean, and scary, and then shift and then blow up my entire board. So 2 in the pot, half in the hand. What is the phrase? 2 in the hand, 1 in the.
I have no. Is it like you're talking
about
a rock in the hand?
Like between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, the 2 in the hand is worth 3 in the bush. I don't know.
That's a different
man.
one. There's something about bird. There's a bird. There's a bird in the 2 in the bird. Something about birds and bushes.
2
twice in the. I don't know, man. These old people, they gotta knock it off.
I know. It's like those southern
yeah,
sayings.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, man, you're louder than a well filled up on a Thursday, and you're like, what?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
What is that even? Bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Hey,
That's
got
one.
there.
We got that one. That's one of them. But there's another
Yeah.
one. There's another one about being like between a rock and a hard place. But something.
I think that's literally just it. You're just like in a rock and a hard place. Honestly, that's literally.
I guess let's just
the same.
Let's just stay that. Let's keep that going, as we do have.
It's not great. Thank you, Ollie. No, I'm just kidding.
He's doing bad. But you also need to prepare yourself, because a Prince Philip coming in on a shift, being evasive, being able to blast your Cheshire Cat and knock out your genie is also a problematic situation that you may have to deal with.
I am questing with that, Philip. You're at 15? I don't care.
No, I'm knocking that genie's block off. You can't, because you lose.
I want to be at 9. I want to go out at 9. Okay, come on, let me go out at 9. But yeah, no, we're gonna have to find a big Prince Philip soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's at the point of the program where Dan needs to get to that Prince Philip, and that's kind of where the meta's gone. That at least in the short instances that I've seen in the games that we watched over this past weekend, was like, hey, you need to have it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, because we saw him ink a go-go. So basically, if you were to shift the Prince Philip and actually challenge into one of those things, then I can just go. Well, no, because now the Prince Philip no longer has wards, so then I can just go your Prince Philip off the back of it. So kind of that's like one of the ways to set that up. If we see that, and
We are doing it, and he does got the Prince Philip, and Prince Philip is charging in on his horse, and he's going to be able to take down that genie, putting 2 damage on, but that will clear that entire board, and that is exactly the last thing Del Bolito ever wanted to see, as this evasive 6/6 is on the board, questing for 3. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I can't tell how many cards Del Bolito has in hand, but you need to find a refill here soon, or maybe even one of those Hades looking for deals just to kind of accelerate yourself a bit more.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, we're going to go. I was about to say he inked a go-go, so I was like, he has to have another one because there's no way that you're going to ink a go-go and not have another one, especially when you set yourself up to kind of get that off of the challenge and everything else like that. Especially, oh yeah, like all of my characters are warded. I guess I'll ink this go-go. Just kidding, I have another go-go. You know what I mean? So if we have a way to put this go-go back in our hand, we'll win eventually.
The family fishing pole, we saw that have some decent effects.
And a Clarabelle materializes onto the onto the field here. Oh no!
And you're welcome the go-go. So we are playing a little bit of Desperation Station, and I'm telling you right now, your welcoming go-go is one of the things I like to do the least. Because thing, you just give your opponent another chance to draw another go-go, especially while I have this damage floating on my character. So Clarabelle will be able to give you 2 more cards as well, but now you give Del Bolito the opportunity to potentially get to that very same go-go again.
So now, I mean, this is the Emerald Sapphire deck, and again, I think go-go is probably going to be the only thing that gets us there out of hand, because unfortunately, Emerald Sapphire can stop you at 19. Unless you have some kind of burn. Other than that, this is where we're just going to play Clarabelle. We're going to, you're welcome your thing. We're going to play Prince Philip. We probably have another Prince Philip. It doesn't even matter.
This Amethyst deck, I mean, you still have Amethyst. You still have cards like the White Rose you can play. We saw that go-go just get sent back to the deck. We saw 1 go down into the Inkwell. Absolutely. So you still could have 2 more copies of go-go floating around, and a go-go and a White Rose, and we're out of here. You know, that is the game is over. But
17 is not 19. No. Ooh. And it's different. Wibby? No, it's an Ursula too. Okay. I was like, so what do we got? There's a You're Welcome. You can have that. And we do have a Hades. So
that is clear. Hades, Clarabelle, a Vision of the Future, which could be anything, even Hades.
It could even be a Vision. A Visions is a vision, but it could be anything. It could be anything. Visions.
Even a Vision of the Future.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is some good cards, basically. Just got a handful of good cards.
And now, but you do have to kind of think if you want to go ahead and use this Hades, the Infernal Schemer, after this Ursula, because like you said, that 17 is much, much further away than the 18 at this point with that 2 damage on. There she is again.
Oh, wow. That is the worst. And basically, that's crazy. So you kind of slow rolled that go-go, and I'm mad at you for it, but that is amazing stuff there, because that's literally the play that you were saying. You're like, this is the worst timeline. You were welcomed your go-go. You inked a go-go, and you just drew a go-go? That's messed up. That's not what you're welcome is for.
You saw the Ursula as well. Or excuse me, with the Ursula, you were able to see the hand, so you were able to get a sneak peek of what Dan had.
You're just like, take a tour.
And there's a Hades the Infernal Schemer there. You saw the Vision of the Future. Maybe you can use that vision to find something else, because you need to clear both of these characters now.
And he took you. You're welcome. Yeah. So I mean, that was a beautiful play by Dale. He's like, okay, I'm gonna play Ursula. Maybe I'm not in a good position. I'm gonna get some perfect information, even if I don't hit a song. Oh well, let me take You're Welcome, which is like perfect removal. I see that you have a Hades. Anyway, sick. Go. Like, okay, chill. And we're going to have to go ahead and use this Vision of the Future.
This Vision of the Future is actually a good sign for Dale, as he knows the contents of the opponent's hand, has a lot of hand knowledge now. This Vision of the Future looking, unless you can get to that Spooky Sight, that's another card that you can find in this instance to kind of keep you around. Spooky Sight, you can ink and get up to, I believe, that 6 ink threshold and deploy the Spooky Sight. Maybe you have it, maybe you don't. I know. Notably, I'd probably be playing that card.
I was like, notably for Whispers in the Well, if you are not playing the Enchanted Spooky Sight, I will not let it resolve.
Really?
You play it against me in a DLC, and you play Spooky Sight, unless it's the Enchanted. I'm calling a judge.
So you're gatekeeping, you're poverty keeping. That card's expensive, I bet.
I know, right? I was like, I can't afford it either, but at the same time, I don't want to see the base version. You can only Spooky Sight me with the Enchanted.
And there it is. So Dan could not find that spooky site. You couldn't find the answers that you needed to get this thing done. But Dale Bolito is going to come out on the draw and win that very cool on the draw win. You love to see those in the ICL because you have that comfort feeling knowing you're going back in on the play. But checking out Dan's strat color, what do we need to do? How does Dan win in this situation going first again?
I think he should draw cards and then play them.
Yep.
In order that would win him the game.
Perfect. I like that. I like that. I personally, I wouldn't like to just stick to your game plan. I think the Webby game on the play, excuse me, I don't think I would prioritize that. I think I'm going for the double ramp situation and I'm just trying to play my game. I think Dan got into a situation where he went for this Webby line. Maybe he thought he was in the mirror match and then it realized it's not the mirror match. He's not in a Sapphire situation. And he kind of stuck to this Webby game and it kind of threw him off his timeline a little bit. Slowed down way too much. He wasn't able to execute the way that he wanted to and lost a bit of initiative there. So I'd like to see Dan come out and do your ramp on 2, do your Cinderella on 4, and just play the game the way you're supposed to be doing it there.
Yeah, and I can definitely see how that would be an easy mistake to make because, again, we didn't see Amethyst until Dale's turn 4 or so, and then we didn't even see the Sapphire until like way later too. So it just kind of looked like an all Emerald mirror. So at that point, you're like, okay, if this is Sapphire, I'm about to get a lot of value off of this Webby. But because I realize now this is a kind of a, I don't even know, would you say like mid-rangey with an aggressive like flair, you know? So and then at that point you're saying you're like, oh no, I don't have enough ink to do anything I want to do.
Yeah, I call it a mid-range, a tempo mid-range. I don't know if that's correct or not. I'm probably
just
sound like an idiot saying that, but if
I
it's
like
anything
just
like
throw
that deck
keywords together.
No, it is because it's the way that Mo was planning. He was just like bouncing cards back to the hand. He was putting out these really powerful Hades. He was drawing a ton of cards, and then he was able to, just go you for game at the end. It's exactly basically how Dell just did that there. So Dan's going to be back on the draw. I think you just got to do what your deck is meant to do. You can't really worry about what your opponent's doing until you get your pincers set up, and then just Hades your way through this thing and try to win. Whereas Dale, I'd like to see more. I mean, playing this straight up whisper strat, there's a lot of boosting taking place. We saw those Cheshire Cats. He's going to have to really figure out a way to avoid all of the wardness that Dan has going. The ward up, and seeing there she is. The Webby's coming down to the Inkwell early this time.
Yeah, which Webby is that one?
That's the Floodborn. That's the shifted version.
I knew it was the shifted one, but I just didn't know her variant name versus her little 1-drop variant name. So we are going to go ahead and go with the new Flynn Rider, scoundrel something or another, but he is a whisper. I'm going to do it. Why are you saying what way? No, I'm just kidding. So that is a Basil into our Visions of the Future. It's fine. We don't need to ramp. It's fine.
Second game in a row, the Sapphire player not ramping on 2, so not getting your optimal opening lines. You absolutely hate to see it. Playing Vision of the Future on 2 instead. Like if I'm shifting Webby on 2, I'm fine with that. Or if I'm playing Sail the Adversity and or Tipo Growing Sun on 2, I also like that. Vision of the Future on 2 does not feel nearly as good, but sometimes you just got to keep vibing. As we're going to pass there on over to Dale.
Yeah, and I will say the Flynn coming down on 1. I mean, we can go ahead and we've got the 1-drop is Mystery Enthusiast and the 4-drop is Junior Prospector. All right, so that makes sense. Yeah, I like it. But at the same time, I mean, Dale seems to be going a little bit more aggressive with that because we're going to go ahead and boost our booster. We're going to boot. Come on, get him off. That's because you don't use a playmat, Dale. You couldn't boost him really well. He's like, get under there, scoop it up, go under there, boost it for. Is it boost 2? He
boosts 2, and now he is plus
2.
Plus, I believe he's a +2 strength, +1 lore. I want to say.
Yep.
So he's now a 3/2 quest for 2.
Oh,
and now we're double shift. That's a boost and a boost and a shift.
It's a discount Webby. So yeah, because you could either play the Webby for 1, or then you can go ahead and play the Webby for 1 and then shift on for a total of 3 ink, which I get that. I mean, instead of just having to hard play the Webby on turn 4, you get that little discount like you do with Clarabelle. So even though you didn't do the thing, you're probably never going to get, I don't know.
Dan should have just went second. I think just go second. If this is how you're gonna do it, just go second, man. Because this Webby is a great card. If this situation would be a lot better had you been able to go second. Maybe just drag it along and gain that lore or gain that ramp and keep moving. But this play seems interesting. It's slow though. I don't know if I don't know if I am a big fan of what I'm seeing here as we play our own Prince Philip. Ward it up.
Ward it up, Prince Philip. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like we're gonna ward up and everything. Now we could go ahead and quest for that, but I mean, it won't take out the Webby, but I mean, it'll put some sufficient damage on her if you're really trying to just challenge in to the Flynn after request. But I mean, I'm questing. I have no reason not to. I just put a warded 2-cost 3/2 on the board with 2 lore
Yeah,
on
that's
it,
interesting.
so.
But this Webby can clear both of these characters. It will result in a 2-for-2 at the end of the day, since you did shift this Webby in.
Right.
So if you clear the Flynn, you're going to pile 3 damage, and then the Prince Philip can clear the Webby, and you'll clear him as well. Unless you have a way to heal, I don't know if that exists on this timeline right now, especially with 4 ink. I love to see a Cinderella here, and there she is. Dreams do come true.
They really do come true. And whatever you wish for is probably the best card in your deck, because you inked the worst card in your hand and transmuted it into something else, which is always a typo. Let me tell you. Like every time I'm like, I'm going to send off this poopy card and I'm going to draw a typo. And I'm just like,
and he's going down soon thereafter in short order. I'm telling you right now, the next person I play, if they play Cinderella and they put their ink in exerted, I'm going to call the judge. Straight
It doesn't go in exerted?
No, it doesn't.
It just comes into play.
I'm calling the judge. I'm gonna like, Judge, I need a game loss, okay? I was like, what? I need him to lose. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
I'm just like, you know what? They're playing. First of all, they can afford them, and second of all, they played it incorrectly. So this is my game. Absolutely.
Yep.
Sorry.
It does come in. It just comes in ready. Yeah, there it is. And we are going maybe that might come in the future when we add.
I mean, it can, because there's all the things that you can flip things. Yeah. And when you flip something, it's like, oh, pay 1 or pay 2. And if you have like the open ink from the Cinderella, you can go ahead and especially with the Basil as well, because when you play Cinderella and at the very end of your turn, you go ahead and trigger Cinderella, and then you ink. And that will actually trigger your Basil, which says whenever you put a card into your inkwell, you can pay 1 to have your opponent discard.
Yeah, there you go. And it works. It'll work with Cindy. I think there's some strats there, as we are going to go ahead and use this Prince Philip to engage with the Webby. Interesting choice coming in from Del Bolito, who has decision to be made. There's a world where you could just quest this Prince Philip, gain that 2 lore, and let your opponent, combat you. And you will be able to get positive trades in either way, but maybe there's a world where you can lose your board this next turn. So decisions need to be made, and Dale will elect to take the trade here. Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if we're trying to keep our Webby around, because at this point, you're not singing Malicious and Scary and shifting to Prince Philip, but you can sing and Under the Sea. So I guess we're valuing the Webby over the Prince Philip at that point, and plus maybe not letting you get any. I mean, we're pretty far away from the idea that we're going to be getting Webby value. So again, it might just be that warded 2/4 that is a little bit more valuable to keep around.
Oh, yeah. And now Dale has a position with a dry Webby, who's going to be able to accelerate your inkwell and catch up a bit, getting a plus value here, questing for 2. And she's relatively safe in the face of this Cinderella Dreams Come True, who is notably weak. And that ink does come in exerted there. And let's see what else we can do with the remainder of our situation. Maybe you don't even need to ink from hand here, and just continue to try to catch up with your Webby.
That's another thing that I really like about this is, like, since you have the Webby and we're going to throw down another Webby, is like, I wouldn't ink from hand again, because again, we're not seeing a ton of card advantage coming from Dale's side. So if I can continue to gain value off of my Webbies by inking off the top, I'm still keeping up in terms of being able to start to get down to be able to double play cards in a turn, but I'm not ripping those cards straight from my hand. So I get to keep them. I get to keep the cards in my hand. And that's pretty good.
Oh, and by the way, she's questing for 2 color as well. Yes, so that's just accelerating your win condition, and also accelerating your inkwell. The card is phenomenal, man. I can't believe I thought this card was bad. I don't know what I was smoking. Did.
I was like, everybody's like, well, maybe when you're on the draw, it's like a good card. Yeah. No, it's, again, you're still, if you shift her, you're still getting a warded 2/4 on turn 2 that just gets you the 2 lore. And like, again, that's little like Daisy gets you 2 lore on turn 2, but you end up having 2 bodies because you end up playing this and that and with the shift. So I mean, it's but at the same time it's still a 2/4, and we all freaked out about Daisy being a 1/4. So it's like, but Kita's here, and she has ward, and she has an ability that we probably won't get to use because she's gonna have to do some challenging.
But Kita is a princess, so you were able to cycle another Cinderella trigger in there, which is really cool. And then Kita can come through next turn and key to the puzzle and just really make a very deep inkwell. However, you're going to get a double Webby trigger here if you really, really wanted to. But Dale is electing to try to combat this Cinderella here just to get her off the board and maybe not prioritizing our Webby usage. Maybe you got enough ink down there.
I mean, I think it just depends. Like, what are we scared of coming from the Emerald Sapphire? What are we trying to prevent? Because again, this is a deck that can go fast, but at the same time, it does have that little aspect of control to it. So what are we scared of? And he said, nothing. I'm going to play a genie and draw a card. And you are going to be scared of my card advantage and my 3 2-questers.
I thought it was going to for sure go for a Cheshire Cat, boost Cheshire Cat there and send that damage over to that Cinderella and clear her off of there. But I guess I did not read the situation correctly at all, as we are going to just send that genie another evasive character. So you have evasive and ward, really manipulating these keywords in this Emerald and Amethyst strat, questing hard in the process. And there is the Ursula.
Let's take a look. I mean, let's take a little looky look. Like, what do you have in your hand? What have you been doing over there? And hopefully we'll see something as terms of a mean, malicious, and scary. Or again,
is there no cards in hand? I didn't see.
I have no idea. Maybe we're frozen in time. Maybe we're thinking about following the rules. I will show you when I feel like showing you. Or there's literally no cards in hand, and this is a
that's a huge one. That's a big one. That's a malicious, mean, and scary of our own. And that is going to be able to take down the Cinderella and the Kita. So I believe we do have some type of freeze situation. So if we can get a quick little refresh there, I think that might be a bit helpful to us all, because I can't see. Maybe the Illumineer is in the game, can see, but I think we have a frozen in time. I believe that was a malicious, mean, and scary. The Kita should be gone. The Cinderella, no, Kita should still be there. Cinderella should be removed from the field of play.
Yeah, we will kind of see what's going on here. Oh, there we go. Boom. Okay, so some stuff happened, and yeah, the Cinderella went down. We have 1 damage on the Kita, and then now we can go ahead and challenge into one of our... Oh, no, we're just going to put damage on that Webby. So we're just going to spread the love. And that way, when a Prince Philip comes down, it'll just go ahead and pop your entire board, which is why we've been seeing the Potion of Malice go into these Emerald Sapphire decks, because you can just kind of sprinkle some damage here as a treat that we're going to find out about later, instead of having to like find that 2-card combo. You're just going to leave that Potion of Malice around. And again,
I like it. I think that's a nice Stone Cold ad, and just shows how Whispers anything can be possible, especially once we're still wide open. Granted, there will be a bit more refinement as this set goes along, but cards like a Potion Mallet, even that Shere Khan, I've seen him come through and have some great effects. The card is terrible, but maybe he's not. I don't know. We don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I saw some weird happenings with Hercules today, and then you were like, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's see Legendary Hercules. But we are going to have Webby saying, "You're welcome," onto our Hades Infernal Schemer, which, I mean,
same
at
thing.
this point,
I do feel the same way as I felt about sending that Go-Go back and sending the Hades back. I mean, you do what you must in order to try to win the game, but I just hate doing it because they're just going to get another chance to get it, as we will.
When you play a Clarabelle,
enchanted Clarabelle now, so you're going to get some new cards, and you can keep questing these Webbies, and you can get some more ink as well. So that's just a plus central right there.
I mean, that You're Welcome feels real good now, because again, we basically went ahead and put that Hades back in your deck, and that's fine, but I'm going to make you draw 2 cards because I'm drawing 2 cards too at the end of my turn because of my Clarabelle, and that feels a lot better, even though I think Dan is a little frozen. So we got 4 pixels total on Dale's side, and we have a frozen board on Dan's side.
Yeah.
So
Dan's frozen in time, unless he's very still. I have seen that happen before, but I doubt it.
No, because I think we just passed back to Dale, so I'm pretty sure. Oh no.
All right, you guys are not missing any action, so just bear with us while we get these technological indifferences resolved here in this spot. This is game number 2 of match number 2 of set number 2. Del Bolito versus Dan Yokwale. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correct. I'm not going to say take anything otherwise than that.
Then you just be incorrect. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we do see the Bobby Zimmerski go into that. And there's the Prince Philip. That's why we were trying to sprinkle that damage around, because we knew next turn we were going to go ahead and throw the Prince Philip and start getting rid of those pesky characters. And we're questing Webby, and we're going to 2 with Dale at 10 with a Clarabelle and an Ursula 2 on board.
Yeah, but now you can't just freely quest your Clarabelle like you would have liked to just continue to propel yourself. Another You're Welcome or a Mother Knows Best might be not great, because Prince Philip coming back to the hand doesn't sound like the best situation. But sending them back to the deck might be a vibe here, as we are counting out our bouquet of ink.
Spacing it out in a very specific way. And maybe have like another Ursula 2 so we can see what has happened. Maybe a Genie. Maybe another You're Welcome. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, or did we just do that because that's like a vibe?
Yeah, or it could be like maybe some boost math. I mean, maybe you got to think about, okay, I play my guy and I want to boost, and then there you go. So we are pondering here with the maybe still trying to get some Clarabelle value as well.
Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, oh, are we gonna have like another You're Welcome or something like that? Because we can send that Prince Philip back away and then draw 2 cards off of it. Who knows? But we do have our Emerald Amethyst and our Emerald Sapphire deck. I mean, it's like kind of like a mirror, but like the Emerald Amethyst is like, I can do anything. Like it could be anything. And that's definitely how Mo builds decks. Again, I'm not saying this is Mo's deck specifically, but that was kind of our first introduction to this version of it, was him over this weekend and his kind of like deck building prowess, where he got right back into the Emerald Amethyst.
He was absolutely cooking in that tournament, and the deck was looking spicy, and it looks like Dale's got his own little spice ball here, just trying to figure out what the best way is to approach the situation. When you got a 9-cost 6/6 evasive dude on your face, it's a lot that you have to kind of negotiate through. It's taking a little bit of time.
Or the Horseman Strikes Back. You just play Amber.
Oh, Amber?
Horseman Strikes Back and World's Greatest Criminal to Mind.
Peace
That's
out.
See
you never? Is that what you say? Do you tell him?
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
See you never?
Like, Prince Philip, anyway, sick. Here's this. Goodbye. Bye now. Bye. But we do see is that another Flynn, or is
That's
that
the Flynn?
Okay,
and we have
cool.
our own Prince Philip. So a good way to combat a Prince Philip is with a Prince Philip. So you got Philip.
You are
I got
your
Philip.
own worst. Yeah, you're your own worst enemy.
We're all Philip, it seems, as we will be able to quest this Clarabelle and the Ursula going up to 13. So Dale's just trying to leg it out and run the race. We can boost that. We can boost the Flynn next turn, and that's 5 coming your way, putting you up to 18, and then you got go-go nonsense that you have to deal with again. So Dan is trying to get there before that can happen.
So what are we doing? Are we singing Mean, Malicious, and Scary with our Prince Philip, and then we're gonna shift our Prince Philip onto himself?
Or just play another one. Yeah, sing it and then play another one.
Sing it and play another one. That's probably better. I don't know. I like to do silly things where I'm like, I'm gonna shift the Prince Philip onto itself.
You'll never have to sell me on that.
Sell you on the worst play, just because like I wanted to
for
do
the vibes.
Go for the memes, but it looks like we are going to do some challenging, which will get rid of that Clarabelle, leaving our Prince Philip a little health. He's limping, but he's still on his horse. He's got 5 damage.
That's insane. You got to get this Prince Philip out of here. I mean, we got to learn our lessons, man. We can't do this. We got to stop. Like, we cannot leave 5 damage on this. You're welcome your own Prince Philip. Do that. No, not like this.
I know. That is the biggest. We are winning with a go-go, people, and we know
stop,
it.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
Please,
I know.
Please.
I know.
Don't leave this. Don't do it. No.
It's gonna be go-go for 5, and that's
100% gonna be go-go. We gotta stop, man.
And we are going to 21 next turn. Here it goes, people. If he didn't have a go-go, he does now. And that's how it goes. Yeah, play the Bobby, because we're going to, like, that's basically what it is. It's like, let me play a Bobby, draw a card, discard a card, and hope it says win the game, because I'm about to lose it.
If there's a way that you can, maybe you still could potentially shift a Webby. You can, I think, have enough. You still can shift a Webby, and you're welcome to Prince Philip back to your hand, and you're fine. Or, no, not you're welcome. I'm talking Mother Knows Best. Mother Knows Best. You got to get this guy. You cannot do this. Mother Knows Best.
This is like, I hate this. The go-go is literally the one where it's like, do you have the goat? just tell me if you have to tell me legally if I ask you if you have a goat in hand, you have to show me. And that was basically that Ruby Amethyst mirror situation where you're just like, let me know with your eyes whether you have the goat bounce goat, because I cannot. He's got it. He has it. He had the go in hand. I saw it.
We will boost the
Flynn. He's got it.
And there it is. He's going to quest for 2. I mean, it's never not a go in this situation. Like
he showed the camera. We just saw it.
It actually has to be like it was no there it is.
Okay. He's like I showed. He had it in hand, like he drew for turn, and then he was like he kind of like flipped it like this, and I'm like, Dale is the real one right there.
You gotta make him have it.
You gotta make him have it, but at the same time, like
you gotta. They're gonna have it. You gotta like not give it. There's a line between making him have it and making him like at least work for it. You gotta ride that lightning sometimes.
He worked for it in the situation where basically he had turned the Clarabelle sideways and was like, hey, do you have another way to deal with this Clarabelle? Right. If it's go or if it's just challenging with Prince Philip, then I'm gonna go and win the game.
Well, let's go talk to these players and see what they have to say. It is me, your boy JDZ. We're back at it again. Round number 2, ICL action. We got Dale Bolito, one of my favorite players all time. You know what I'm saying? Versus Daniel. Is it Yokwale? Am I saying that right?
It's Yokwale.
I was nailing it. Yokwale, not Yokwale. But GG's to both of you. First, we'll start with you, Dale. You're in the Whispers in the Well. You're playing Emerald and Amethyst. That's a color combination I was not prepared to see you show up for in this event. Can you just talk about your deck really quick? What made you bring that? And what are some of your overarching thoughts about this set and the strat that you brought tonight?
Yeah, I would have brought Green Steel, but I really want to test this deck. This is Mo's deck.
Oh, okay.
With a few changes. I did get to talk to him before, and I got to talk to a few guys, attack for 2, help me build this deck. And yeah, I picked it up today. And it looks solid. And the play lines are kind of are there. There's a few tricks. But no, other than that, it was nice to not have to build my own deck and steal something online.
Right on. But hey, well, real quick while we got you, because a lot of people are watching this episode and they're going to be talking about this as this ICO can help shape the metagame. Can you just talk about a couple of those tricks? What are some of those lines you're looking for, especially in this very volatile quasi mirror match that you have? We saw you guys got into that Webby war a little bit in game number 1. We saw how effective Gogo was in game number 2. Can you just talk about some of those optimal lines? Talk about that Chris, that Flynn, and any other things that you kind of illuminating things from this strat.
Yeah, the deck, if you're against slower decks, like Blue likes to take a few turns off, and you can punish them with Flynn and 2 Questers. In this matchup, when you were probably watching, there were a few turns where like I was taking quite some time, and there's just a little bit more to think about now, right? You have to think about the Prince Philip combo. You got to see like the math on that. You got to see you also still got to check for Under the Sea. The format's still really new, so you don't know what people are playing. Cheshire Cat Gogo is pretty nifty. Like there's ways to set up Gogo. Obviously, the Clarabelle, he had the challenge, and I already had that ready to go. That's why that turn took a long time, because I was seeing if I could math out Cheshire Cat, Flynn Rider, and play the Gogo instead. And that way, when he quested, I could use Gogo to challenge his Prince Philip and clear his board with my Prince Philip. But instead, I'm like, why don't I try put lethal on board instead, because they both get blown up to another Prince Philip combo if he has that in hand. You can also do interesting stuff with. I do play Elephant in the deck. Elephant balancing the boosted characters is cool for extra cards. Elephant to replay the bombs. Using obviously Demona's in the deck to turn off the gargoyles. But Flynn Rider boosted also needs to get dealt with, and that's like perfect Gogo bait. There's a lot of Gogo bait in here, and there's so many different things to have to consider. And this deck draws so many cards that like you probably have to consider all of the lines, and a lot of the game is masked in between like how fluid the deck is, because you could present the same board state, but there's multiple different threats that you can't really prepare for, because the board you can't you have to choose what you prepare for, because the board state's going to look the same way regardless of what it's going to be,
Right.
and the play line. And yeah, I mean, the deck is Mo built a great deck builder, great player.
Nice. I like the deck a lot, man. It was really nice to see, and I think he handled it very well. But Color, you have any questions for Dale before we bring Daniel in and see what he thinks from his side?
No, I mean, kind of in a way. I mean, I'm sure I'll find a question in this, but I want to say I did try this version of the deck, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh man, I guess I just am bad at this game, because I could not figure this deck out for the life of me. And I think like that's a testament. You were like, oh, I picked this up today and talked to Mo for like 20 seconds, and then I just kind of like ran it, you know? And I just like, again, like I don't even know if this is a question, but like, you're awesome, question mark. And but like, I don't know, it's just like I know, because that's so cool, because again, like Emerald Amethyst is like that toolboxy type of deck, and there are so many lines that just like, for me as a player, it's not my play style, but at the same time, like they're not intuitive, but the ability to be so flexible with this deck is incredible. And like, again, like shout out to you and shout out to Mo for and like an attack for 2 for kind of like wielding this color, like ink pairing like this. I don't know, it's just I find it like fascinating when somebody can sing with this color pairing, and it's cool. So
But it's back though. It's
yeah, I know, right?
It's actually back in a major way. But another deck that's back in a major way is the Emerald and Sapphire strategy. It never left. It was kind of a growing, almost like a tier 1.5 threat in the last set. Now with the new addition of the Malicious Community Scary, I believe is one of the best decks in this format. And Daniel brought that here. But Daniel, it did not go well for you in this matchup. Can you just kind of describe why'd you play this deck, and what are some of the things that went wrong for you here?
So I like the deck. First and foremost, fun to play. Not fun to see as many go-go's on the other side, but you do what you got to do. And I knew the moment I cracked that Clarabelle, I'm like, this game's over.
Yeah,
this game, like, come on, he's got it.
And that's like the scary part, right? Like how I mean, clearly you just said it, but like you were terrified. You're like, I have to get rid of this Clarabelle. If I challenge into this Clarabelle, I lose to Go-Go. But if I don't challenge into this Clarabelle, I lose to Clarabelle. So it's
yeah. And I mean, he inked a Go-Go in game 1, then he played a Go-Go, and then he played another Go-Go, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And can Go-Go
welcome the Go-Go and drew it.
Yeah. Can go away from me, please, man. But in that game number 1, and also in that game number 2, you didn't ramp on 2. Is that something that you were trying to do, or it just didn't happen for you? Because we saw you went for the Webby line on the play, it didn't work out. And game number 2, you had a Vision of the Future on 2. Is that something that you've learned, or is that something that just kind of happened for you?
No ramp, no ramp. So I mean, you play with what you're given, and
for sure.
Webby on 2 is actually, in my opinion, better than the Tipo on 2.
Okay.
If you're on the draw.
On the draw for sure. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But if you don't draw it, then you can't play it.
For sure.
That is typically how cards. Yeah. But I mean, again, like the deck is really versatile, and I mean, would you guys say, like, I'll ask either one of you, how are you feeling about the Whispers in the Well meta versus the Fable meta? We can start with Dan. Yeah.
I didn't dislike Fabled. I liked it a good deal.
Okay, Dale, can we hear from you now? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, no. Dan. That's good. No, that's awesome that you're like having fun with both. Then you would say like they're both enjoyable in their own ways.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yes, there were a lot of reprints in Fabled, but every card that wasn't a reprint was a banger. Like, you had to have it. So,
I picked some good ones, absolutely.
But then, Whispers right after that, super clean set. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and it's gonna really really supercharge a lot of the decks in the meta, a lot of decks in the situation. But gentlemen, we do have another match play. Excuse me, we do have another match play, and as always, coming into the ICL, it's a labor of love. We do appreciate both you guys coming through here. I'm certain we're gonna have more time to talk to you guys in the future. But before we get into that round number 3, I'm gonna start with you first, Dan. We like to have special shout outs. Anything that you want to say about the meta or about whatever, shout outs. The floor is yours.
Evie, Ivy, and Jess, Daddy loves you, and your husband loves you.
Nice. Okay. Anything else? That's it? Keeping it clean, simple?
Yeah.
Nice. Right on.
I said what I said.
Right on.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. We're gonna move on.
I said what I said.
And we're gonna move on. We're gonna move over to Dale Bolito. Okay, got it done here in 2-0 fashion. Another one for your team. You guys are gonna go on to continuing your undefeated streak here. As the Slab Sharks are trying to make a impact. Or no, I'm joking. We're trying to make the Slab Sharks are trying to make a run here in the ICL. But anything you want to say, Dale? The floor is yours.
Just something quickly on Whispers. I think Whispers is like a great set because if you spoke to me in Milwaukee and leading up, I said the game needs a lot of power. You need power in the game to come back. You can't just lose to a straight blurple hand that curves out. You need tricks. You need all of that to. It's enjoyable for everybody, and the game definitely needs power. Cut it short. Shout out to Slab Sharks, our sponsors. Shout out to Slab Sharks also being the only undefeated team after next week when we beat SLTC.
But okay.
Let's go. Talk to him. Talk to him.
But, yeah,
wow. Coming for it. All right.
To be fair, my encounter was an SLTC.
I know. I saw that. Yeah, as you and Haymaker both had them.
Me and Matt both had it.
Yeah. Shout out Bobby for the hand markers.
Yeah, Bobby's great. Everyone there is great. The community is amazing, and yeah, shout out to my family. Love everybody. Getting married this week, so yeah, there's that too.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
I love when people drop things like that. Like they're so casual. Like I've had people, like clients and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you doing there? I'm like, I'm getting married. I'm like, bruh.
Dale, I thought you've been married this whole time, man. I thought you've been married for a while now.
I'm married to the game, but
married to the game. There you go. I knew it. I set him up. I set him up.
Yeah. Other than that, peace and love everybody. Can't wait to see everybody in Virginia. I did manage to get a ticket, and yeah, hope the ones that didn't get one that are watching are gonna get one on the next launch.
Right on, man. I'll be there with you as well in DLC in Richmond. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. But until then, we're going to hop back into the booth and finish the show, Dale. It's always great to see you, man. And I will see you again. Good luck. Godspeed.
See you guys.
Bye.
Back in the booth with Color is Law. What a great.
Wow, you went in and then you just went down. It was fine.
What
I was like, I didn't know if we were gonna go up, but we just kind of leveled. But it's good. Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely a game. I mean, I will say it's kind of interesting. We didn't have to see the Emerald Sapphire mirror, but we got to see like an Emerald mirror with like the draw cards from the ramp cards, and we didn't get to see Emerald Sapphire do what it wanted to do, and that was upsetting because I wanted to see it, but we're gonna get plenty of chances to see it because that deck is so good.
I do love this meta a lot, Color. But if we could just figure out a way to get a Ruby strategy involved at all,
I know. I
so
want a
happy.
Ruby red lipstick. That's why we're here.
Oh.
This is. I didn't mean to. I don't want to.
I just noticed you're not
today.
full. You're not in full blacked out mode today. You're actually are vibrant. You're so healthy, you're rejuvenated.
Yeah. I was mourning. Woo, we were not good. I was in the trenches, but we're good.
Let's get Ruby back.
Buns.
I don't believe Ruby's buns, dude. We can save it. We can get Ruby back into this game, but we can figure it out.
All right, we'll figure it out. But I am gonna go figure out bedtime because I'm tired. Oh yeah, you're like 3 hours. It's like so early for you.
It's literally 6 o'clock. Okay, I'm chilling. I'm having a chill vibe central. But Color, it's always great to be here with you and do the ICL. It's always a nice on these Tuesdays. I will be seeing you tomorrow as well. I'll be back at it again.
Me too. I'll be here tomorrow. Let's see. Bye.
But in the meantime, in between time, we got another special treat coming to you guys' way in the ICL. We have the one and the only, the incomparable and the amazing, the ever talented and special Liam from the Illumineer. I don't have my freaking pistol, dude. I can't even shoot. Liam, I can't hear you. Mute him. Get him in here. He's cooking. We're gonna figure this out, Liam.
Nobody wants Ruby back. Nobody wants Ruby back. Ruby had like 7 sets, 8 sets to just rush everybody. It dominated set 2.
I got problems with that.
Break for a little while.
I got a problem with that take, Liam. We got to have all the colors being represented, Liam. I can't go another 6 to 8 to 10 weeks, however long this set is. I can't go a whole nother set without this coming through. But Liam, have you had a chance to see these matches, and who do you think is going to win this one?
Oh goodness! So I've watched. I caught the most of the last match. I was doing daughter bedtime before that, but I didn't get to see at the end of the last one. Saw Dale take it down. I'm going to give this one to Slab Sharks as well. I think it's a clean sweep for Slab Sharks this evening. Although I would love to see Impact come back and do a little damage, especially with those sweet Ursula sleeves kicking over there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm picking Ross Bird just to save face for the organization. You don't want to come out and get that 3-0 sweep. Slab Sharks here to play and they're here to make some noise. But Ross Bird will not be denied. I think he gets the win here, and I think that's how it's going to go. I'm going with the best ball player in the universe. Let's get it.
I love that we can each take the other side here, and hopefully one of us will come out on top. I don't know Ross as a player. I do know Derek did play in Seattle. He played in probably a few challenges, but I know he took 48th place in Seattle. So a player that did fairly well last season from Ontario. So
yeah. That's a nice Canadian-based organization, the Slab Sharks, another very strong Canadian-based team to meet up with ETB. I'd love to see the Slab Shark versus ETB in a meaningful situation as we can get a battle for Canada happening here in the ICL. That'd be really nice to see.
The Canada Cup.
the border battle or something like that. It can have names on it. The maple mashup.
Melee. Maple Melee.
The Maple Melee, the ice hockey hoedown. I don't know. I mean, it's out there, Liam. We can figure out the marketing.
Tim Hortons. Something rather.
We're shopping.
Yeah, we're shopping. How are you, by the way? Are you a whisperer right now? You seem a little ethereal to me.
Am I? Am I in the Whales? Do I feel whispery?
Your green shirt green screens a little bit.
Oh, I'm surprised. Luke is probably
so thematic. No, I love it because it's so whispers appropriate. Like it really feels whispery.
I think I can start doing that and just wearing a green shirt every time, and then that way I can always match the theme of the show.
I love it so much.
That's gonna work. There it is. Did you get a chance to get out and get any pre-release events in, Liam?
No, so I attended a few, but we weren't playing. I did my 4-hour challenge again, where we tried to collect an entire foil set in under 4 hours by trading for it.
Oh wow!
So that was what I did this weekend. So unfortunately, I didn't get to catch a lot of your coverage, which I'm really bummed about. So okay. I'm coming in here. I caught some of it. I got to talk to Mo last night about the tournament and the winner, Hayden, yeah. Which Hayden Burrow, fantastic player. So got a little taste of it there. But this is my real first time like diving in and watching and commentating a match in this meta, and I'm really excited for it. So you're gonna have to carry me along here.
It's a good time. I mean, I liked Fabled, but I really love what I'm seeing here in Whispers in the Well. It's just so refreshing to see some of the things that these players are doing. As we do get an Amethyst card, please play a Ruby card. Please, I'm begging you. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And it's going to be a steel card, but it's 2 locations as Zootopia. It's going to come on through.
A little Zootopia coming out here.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of location. Maybe this is a John Silver location deck that we have coming through, because that's 2 locations down in Inkwell and 1 on the field early.
I would love to see some spice.
As it looks like we have a sale on 2, so maybe this is going to be a little bit of Sapphire and Steel versus the John Silver Amethyst Steel location spice. As maybe we got another 1-cost character that you can play. Maybe Mulan or Captain Hook to get after these locations. I think you need to start putting some bodies into the board if you are Ross.
Yeah, and I love seeing locations back in this set. I mean, we did take a couple sets off for the dual colored cards, but having them make an appearance, and of course we got the reprints and Fabled, but having locations back, it feels good. It feels like kind of a necessary part of the game. They're always sprinkled in. They keep you on your toes a little bit. So I don't know. I love that it feels like they matter more again. I like you. I just love this set. Yeah. I love what it's done for the game.
I wonder if there's a way that we can do dual colors and locations in the same set. I mean, maybe we don't need full on dual colors every time, but I'd love to see dual inks for main.
dual color locations.
Yeah, dual inks. I think we should keep them both, as Calhoun is going to be a nice trusty 2-cost character, still remaining in the color group, coming in on curve. You hate to see it, but another location is going down into the inkwell. So Mr. Enchanted out here just getting loose with these locations. John Silver's inbound. You can almost feel his presence right now, Liam.
Yeah. I hope so. I want to see it. A little Kita coming in down here. So the other thing, talking about power creep, like back in the day when locations first came out and into the Inklands, these 1-for-1-4 locations with 1 lore, I think that was the basic stat line for these, and I thought, wow, that's pretty good. And now we get 1-for-1-4 that has like a decent ability, and so it's just another example of like, you know.
And then McDuck Manor comes. They're like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Let's
what
knock
is this?
it off. Cut it out, dude. And come on, man. Give me a break. As we're going into this third ink turn, it's another location. So that's 4 locations being either in the inkwell or on the field of play. And there he is. That John Silver, just like you thought on 3. He does have resist. And going against this steel deck, that resist is going to look very good. Just like this Calhoun having that resist.
Absolutely. I love, I mean, this is a deck that this location matters deck that's been was popular a couple sets ago. And I say popular, it was like on the fringes of the meta, but it did fairly well in some bigger tournaments. Hunter Burton made a run. Of course, we had that crazy location deck. I won't even talk about that one, like 30 that was a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But no, but I love to see John Silver making an appearance here. I hope this deck has legs if this is in fact like a true location deck, which it seems to be.
And we're playing it in the ICL, so that means that a lot of people will tune into this and watch these deck lists and look at what these players. These are some of the best players in the game showing up to the ICL and being featured here, so people can build and elaborate on some of these ideas. As now it's going to be on Ross to kind of figure something out going into 5. I like to see that Jasmine come on through, or maybe even something to start getting loose on these locations, because if he spams double location here next turn and quests John Silver for a lifetime, that's going to hurt quite a bit, as we are going to take some time to key to the puzzle. What do you think about that, Liam?
I mean, take a look at your card, see what's coming up. I don't know what he's digging for, but might as well get, your information, see what options are available.
And that is a pretty decent option. Namari coming through, being able to, I can't tell how many cards in the discard, but right now she looks quite paltry, but still strong, should be strong enough to get after this Zootopia.
Yeah, you just need something to start to clear things off the board, and she, with her willpower there, will stick around for, it'll be a little bit trickier to remove, require at least a couple of resources or a couple cards from Mr. Enchanted over there. So you don't hate it, but that Kita now kind of a juicy target to clean up. And it does feel like the momentum's still on the other side of the board. And that Zootopia has sneakily gained 3 lore now.
Yeah.
Sitting out there since turn 1.
And if you do, they do like to kind of flood these locations here on this 30 turn. So if you have like 2 more locations in hand, and even just questing for 4, if you play like 2 locations, quest for 4 with John Silver, you can, be fine with that and having like a nice resisted carry. And then your opponent's gonna have to waste a few turns to. What is going on, man? What is happening with this Kakamora? What are we doing here? As the Kakamora is going to come on through and try to flush the Namari, putting 1 damage onto the Namari. You have 1 captain in play, so you can do 1 damage. And we have the Olaf as well, who, when he's banished, you're going to be able to add another card from your side of the field back to hand. And you got the the combos, Leo. The combos.
What? Remind me. Oh, goodness. And there's that other.
There's a location.
And Calvin going to clean up that kid. I'm not surprised. It feels good to get that off the board, to get 2 lore out of it, and now those locations are going to sit there for.
My mind is blown, Liam. I've been watching so much Lorcana, and I've never seen. This is welcome to the Wells.
I love it. Did you see any versions of this like location variant this weekend? Or
no, I didn't. I didn't. I've only seen a location deck in the previous formats, and like you said, it was always like a fringe thing. But this was something that people have been speculating, like this could be possible, because I like to always listen to what the game designers are telling us when they reprint cards. They reprinted John Silver. They printed a bunch of locations. That tells me that we should be playing a deck like this, and trying to figure out what those ratios are and what that deck looks like is going to be the challenge for these Illumineers doing. It seems like Mr. Enchanted YT here has done that, but the Hades the Infernal Schemer cares not for the John Silvers. We'll send him on to the Inkwell. Man, what a crazy little turn, man.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, there's plenty of top end in this deck that Ross is running, and he has access to those answers now with that Hades. But a lot of it's targeted, single character removal. And now those locations again, they're going to tick up 2 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lore off locations, I think. Going to be even more now with the library coming down. Probably going to slide some characters over there. And the preponderance of the lore so far has happened off those. And there's not a lot of good answers in Ross's deck for those. He has to establish a character, a decently statted character, and then start to hammer away and tear down some buildings. But it takes time.
It's going to take a little bit of time, and I kind of like what I see here, that Hades is sitting only at 3 in the strength, and also the Vincenzo has a 2. Like, your characters are notably not that strong, but now I believe Mr. Enchanted is now in top deck mode, and we are going to quest here. So you are slowly starting to increase your lore total as well, but I don't know, man. I still kind of like the spot. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a pretty good situation over here for Mr. Enchanted.
I like it. It is one of those that's going to come down to the wire a little bit. It looks like, unless we get some more card draw, Ross will probably end up turning a corner. But I think Mr. Enchanted will be able to close it out before that happens. Does remind me? Does Vincenzo hit locations as well, or is it just 3 damage?
I believe he can hit characters only. I want to say I believe he can only hit characters. But it's been so long since people have played a location that you might have to
I know, that's why I'm like a little fuzzy.
I'm about to bust out the
Chad always knows, but like there he is. We'll see. Well, we won't find out here. He'll just blast that Kakamora out of existence, and we'll get a card draw off the library there. But there he is.
And you couldn't even hit the Olaf either, because Olaf would have added that Kakamora back to hand. As crazy as that is, you could just do an endless Kakamora situation there. As
would have been nuts, coconuts.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And now the stare down commences, though. So I believe Olaf has to be other characters. I need to read all these cards, Liam. Oh my goodness.
I'm a little fuzzy as well. I'm gonna and I familiarized myself with Mo's deck this weekend. Mo didn't run the Olaf, oddly enough. So
you can target himself. So if you want, it says whenever this character leaves play, you may return chosen character of yours to your hand. So if you want it, you could have sent the Olaf back to the hand, but you would not have been able to draw a card, I believe, with the library. So elected to trade the Olaf in for another card from top of the deck. Don't hate it at all for Mr. Enchanted. Gaining 3 there for these locations.
Could you though? Like if
when this character leaves play, and library says when it is banished. I don't know if leaving play is the same as being banished.
It would have been banished.
I think so.
And it would have
trigger the library. We
did a whole segment on this last night with Joe, and I've immediately forgotten. I actually tried to tackle this scenario here.
Yeah.
Here, I'll unmute myself so they can hear as well. So they're just wondering why you're looking. So your question is, if you have Olaf at a location and he's banished, do you draw a card and bounce something?
You can bounce, because it says when you play this character, when this character leaves play, you may return chosen character of yours to your hand. So could you return?
He can't return himself ever.
Oh, he can't ever return himself. Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
But if he had him, if you did have the character at a location, could you bounce that character and then gain? Would it draw as well?
So like you would never be able to bounce a character that would be being banished with.
Okay. I'm dumb. Never mind. That card's way worse then.
You'd get the card draw off the library, and then you could return it to your hand.
The card's still good. You can use it. It's just
not the way I thought.
You do get both. You would draw a card off a library and be able to bounce something else with the Olaf.
Gotcha.
If it's banished.
Okay. As we are going to keep filling up the board, double Diablo. You were able to get through one of those Zootopias, and we're going to actually send a Diablo to the Zootopia so we can draw and discard one. Just trying to cycle, looking for some more immediate lore gain, it seems, as it's going to be Poor Unfortunate Souls getting discarded. So this deck is a spice ball factory, it seems.
This feels like, there's a fairy ship coming in. Look at it.
And we are going to
unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
That's pretty good. And then we double move the double Diablo from the Zootopia back to the library, and we're going to quest for 2, putting a lot of lore in place. And the thing about the Sapphire Steel deck, you pointed to it earlier, Liam, is that they have a lot of strong characters that do some cool effects, but they are kind of they're kind of weak. Vincenzo swinging for 2, Hades swinging for 3. You cannot clear this entire board here unless you go for a Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell would be the thing. I saw one go to the Inkwell earlier. That is, nope. What? Is it Hades?
We're going 8. It's
Oh.
the Headless Horseman. I love this card. Oh my goodness. I'm such a fan of the Headless Horseman. But right now, the Headless Horseman might be a little too long in the tooth, as you can pop one of these Diablos, but that still will not give you enough to clear all of the locations required. You might be able to survive another turn, though, because you can take down at least one of them.
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, blast a Diablo, challenge a Diablo. You can hit one location, but it'll be a stretch.
You're gonna need one of these to be in action, I believe, to get that going. And it currently is zero actions for the Headless Horseman here. And let's see what Mr. Enchanted's got going.
This card, I hate how long this card takes to resolve.
Yeah,
but I love its ability. He's saying no. He says, hey, look, I've got no actions, so you cannot blast. So
I agree with you 1,000%. I think the whole dice rolling thing, I think you just shuffle your hand and just let me pick. Just pick. You don't have to do the dice rolling thing because it's going to be random. Like, just shuffle your hand and then just pick. Yep. And just be done.
I'm right there with it. That is the way I've always done random discards in TCGs forever. I'm like, here's a card. I will look away so I don't give anything.
And then you pick. And because it is. And I think I concur with that. And just like that, Ross Bird's going to have to scoop him up as Derek is going to get it done with a very cool Spice Ball Amethyst Steel location John Silver deck. I mean, that was very cool to see.
I don't even know. I wish. Okay, for the viewers, for you Twitchers out there, who are all liked and subscribed to this channel because ICL is awesome. I wish I could provide more, like, at this point in time, like more analytic commentary. Like, this is what they're trying to do. This is what they're looking for. I don't know.
we got weeks to figure it out. Don't worry. I know. You got plenty of time to get there, but I agree with you. We're just on the journey and having a good time, just like everyone else at home watching with it. It is going to be super duper sick.
Yeah, I need more whispers. I have to acquire more whispers.
Have you ripped a lot yet?
I've ripped barely any. I've ripped 2 boxes.
Okay.
And a trove. And 2 booster packs.
I did 3 cases and 3 troves, and I got annihilated on my rips there.
I wish, but you've hit an iconic.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I would feel some sympathy for you.
Yeah, if I didn't. You're right. You're right.
Didn't.
And I'm really getting no sympathy either, Liam. I think the consensus is in your direction. I think most people, I say, hey, man, I pulled 2 Nick Wilds and a Sword of Hercules, and they're like, oh, but you got the Hades. So stop crying. Stop your belly aching is what most people are saying.
I will say, like, 3 Enchanteds in 4 cases does feel really bad.
Yeah.
Like, having a dead case, quote unquote dead case, like, pretty not.
I've heard stories. People got two cases and no enchanted out of 2 cases. I think that feels so miserable. Yeah. I wish there was a way that we can guarantee people get enchanted just so we can not have that kind of feeling, but it's really impossible to do that.
It's so tough because as soon as you guarantee pull rates, then you have like dead boxes out in the wild, and you still kind of do now. But I have seen 2 enchanted cases. I saw 2 enchanted box. I saw 2 enchanted box on a Whatnot stream.
Yeah. I've got a 2 enchanted case before, so I guess I deserve to not. I deserve to not get. You know, they all can't be winners. Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose, and that's why we do it. I think the love of ripping packs is a feeling I can't really describe to people who don't. There's people who get it, and there's people who don't get it, and I understand both sides of the argument there. It's fun though, man. It's such a good time. It is a good time.
I'm chasing so many enchanters this set. Like I like Fabled and this set are the first 2. Like I've never wanted to complete an enchanted like set for a set before, except first chapter because history and reasons and all that.
Right.
But Fabled is the first time I was like, ooh, I might try to get them all. And then Whispers, I was like, now I need all these. Like,
do you get them graded and stuff too? Are you gonna get them graded? Okay.
Yeah, I have a problem.
There's no problem. You're in safe company, man. We're kindred spirits.
I have so many. I've
seen your collection, and it's very impressive. You should be proud.
I should have more money in my bank account.
Hey, man, don't worry about that. It comes and goes. It's fleeting, okay?
That's true.
Is fleeting.
That's true.
It comes and it goes, man.
Lorcana,
and you could have money, or you can have enchantments, which could also be money.
That's true, but they're prettier. That's fair.
Yeah, George Washington picture is so chopped, dude. I think I'd much rather have an enchanted Maui than a George Washington any day of the week.
He gets
Ben Franklin,
every
have you
year,
seen $100 bill? $100 bill, you can't even get that graded. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're making the right decision. Diablo.
The Diablo. And speaking of, I don't know, ones. Speaking of dollars. Speaking of ones, Diablo on the board here on turn 1. And we're sailing Gadget at Sea on turn 2. So hitting that ramp. Ross probably feels a little bit better about this start, not seeing that 1-4 location come down to just gain like 7. I think that Zootopia got like 7 lore.
Yeah, easily. But Ross, I think Ross has the unfortunate pleasure of being against a deck that I'm certain that he hasn't. They really haven't got any reps against. And you're like, I was ready to play Amethyst Steel. As soon as you saw the Diablo, you saw the Steel card, you're probably like, okay, I'm feeling very confident in my deck. I think I can win. My matchup is nice. And then they start dropping locations on you and John Silver's. And like, man, I got to change my whole situation on the fly. And that's a very tough thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But now, I mean, having played against it once, he kind of knows the strategy. He knows how to tweak things. So, and on the play here, I feel pretty good. I would feel pretty good in Ross's shoes right now, knowing what he knows now and being on the play in this deck with this really heavy top end. So just has to hope that Mr. Enchanted can't go wide with locations early on. Characters, it feels a little better because you have those Tinkerbells, which can do a little bit of sweeping. But yeah, so this Diablo will go off for a quest here, establish the Calhoun. And just does not feel like a super fast start for Mr. Enchanted.
I'd like to. I still will think if you go Cinderella here, I do believe that Derek, Mr. Enchanted, might be in some Mr. Enchanted trouble. And there she is, Cinderella, dream come true. And now things are going to get real, as we did see that Namari coming in late last turn as well. So if you go into another princess next turn, or even another Cinderella, and then you start floating the boat too soon, I don't think a location is going to be able to get you out of this scenario, as you really did not start your dynamic turn. Maybe you can kind of still get there if you go John Silver next turn and then do a nice location flood, quest for a ton. That might just be fast enough, but now you got Hades who's going to be inbound very, very soon.
Yeah, I think the key probably in this matchup at this point is to outvalue Ross if you can. Now, Ross is getting some good card draw already, being able to cycle through things with that Cinderella, but dropping a library perhaps, well-statted card like that, shoving 3-4 characters in there, and then eventually doing what Amethyst Steel did last set and being able to like go wide on turns 7, 8, 9 and just kind of flood things is probably the way that you try to tackle this, but I think that would be the way to go if you can.
Yeah. Ross, you need not another princess for sure here in this spot, because you hate to see another ramp, but this guy's also now Goliath just seems kind of problematic for you. He does have incredible stats, but he's going to keep this John Silver strat increasing in cards each turn. But this is an interesting approach. Maybe you got that galactic council chamber and you got alien synergies over there too, and they can't challenge the location. I don't know, but interesting development of this Goliath as your 6th ink play. You got Hades coming in next turn, so maybe this is quite good enough and he could just start waylaying all these locations with that 6/5 stat line.
Yeah, I'm super fascinated to see how this plays. Goliath is such a strange card to me because it changes so much. I'm interested to see how this plays out.
And with 2 cards in hand, but Mr. Enchanted does notably have 4 cards in hand, so you're going to have to really run through some cards, or you're going to lose to that Goliath value. As 2 cards in hand for Ross, you need to get yourself down to 2 cards as effectively as possible. You still might need to spam these locations and then quest, but then you get Hades on the John Silver, and then you lose your locations, and you're just losing plus values each time. But the Goliath will feed you each time as well.
Yeah, if I'm in Mr. Enchanted shoes, I don't like to see that Diablo, I don't think. Because again, I'm trying to figure out, like, in this new meta, what the lines are here. And I do think Amethyst Steel, with the way this is built, it's very low to the ground. It does have some low-cost locations, and it probably, part of its end game is to just outvalue your opponent with significant card draw.
Oh, that's the dump truck.
Dump truck coming out here.
Dump truck.
Zap, and then bam, boom. Cannons coming out.
The pirate synergies are too real, and you didn't have the if you play another character and seeing strength on this Goliath, what are we talking about, Liam? That's so gross. Please don't do this.
Wild turn.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this, please.
Zootopia,
please.
It's
okay. And we can breathe, and that is the Castle Wyvern, another location coming in. He's really put me to the test reading these locations, Liam.
I don't remember what this does. I'm full disclosure, JD.
It's basically Maui's of Exile, but it gives Challenger or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, let me take a look here.
I've been studying, man, but he's really putting us Challenger 1.
Challenger 1 and Resist 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems good. Seems good. Yeah. So the reason that Goliath I was going to say is problematic is I do think that you want to use cards that replace themselves, like that Diablo. You want to use things like Genie if you have them. You want to use things like the library to recharge your hand and just do exactly this. It's go wide. And with Goliath forcing you to dump your hand every turn. I mean, actually, that could work in your favor because if you're dumping 2 low-cost characters out, then you just draw 2, dump 2 again. 3 a turn. Yeah, actually,
and just keep doing it. Like so, I think the Goliath could.
Yeah, actually, never mind.
You're playing this tempo game.
Yeah,
which is kind of scary. Like you can go Goliath, you're going to gain some cards, but you have to be able to put more threats on the board. Then they can continue to add threats because they're questing every turn and they're adding new cards every time.
Yeah,
but we're just doing a little bit of configuration and mathematics. Is he at the Wyvern right now?
I do not think anybody's in that castle.
Okay.
I do not think so. Yeah, actually, I never mind. I actually do really like that Goliath in play if I'm Mr. Enchanted looking at that because this is so low to the ground. That's like 3 cards you can drop every turn. And Goliath, a little like Flavor Foul there, going to go take down Castle Wyvern.
Takes down his whole home. In the show, they moved that whole castle piece by piece from Scotland all the way to New York.
That is a significant lift.
David Xanatos is balling outrageous. That's some next level eccentric billionaire activity right there.
I agreed. And then Goliath just comes in and wrecks it
for no reason. Oh, I guess you had to.
Yeah, it's true. But then Goliath sitting there kind of exposed. I'll be interested to see if Mr. Enchanted just kind of lets that sit there. It's like, all right.
Yeah. What did he do on that turn? Did he just challenge the castle and pass? There was no card being played?
I did not see if Mr. Enchanted drew for turn.
Because he had the 2 for the Goliath, but it seemed like we just discarded a Hades and that was it. So maybe you're just bricked, inked, and just unplayable. That is so unfortunate for Ross in this situation. We'll have to make sure we make a note of that and ask in the interview of what just happened on that turn because that was a very, very slow situation, like probably one of the worst turns I think I could imagine that spot. Surely an Ink and Hades are going to be inbound there, but maybe you're just bricked and unplayable as we will continue to upload new locations to the board. The library's in.
I think that library is going to be one of the keys to this match. I mean, I think Mr. Enchanted has in a very favorable spot anyway, but that library is going to do some significant work to allow Mr. Enchanted to close this out. Another dump truck gonna come in, just do a little zip, zing, pow, 1 damage over there. Just pirates flinging damage around there, John. So we're gonna head into the library now. Not known for his reading, but gonna get a little education there while he's off questing. And 3 more, all the way to 12.
Just sending the lore up, and hopefully we can get 2 more cards. Yeah, this Goliath is completely backfiring for you here.
Yeah,
as that is just not. He's literally maybe because the Castle Wyvern you played it, he's going to be an insider threat, like a traitor, and he's working against you to take you out. I guess because this Goliath is looking much better for Mr. Enchanted than it ever did for Ross in this game, and I'm not even going to lie. So
yeah,
the stare down commences. Can you ink and play a card, please? Like I'm begging to play multiple cards here to get some value out of this Goliath, but man, you got dump trucked. There's the dock. Ain't no way. Oh no!
Double Hades. Oh,
he drew another uninkable card. Oh no!
Okay. So many Hades. Oh my goodness! All 3 of them there. Oh, that feels bad. And but to your point, that's why the Goliath it does not feel great in this deck to me because so many of the cards are top heavy. If you are discarding drawing 2 every turn, you may get at this point of the game, you may get a single card per turn. And yes, they're very top heavy. But when you're against a deck like Mr. Enchanted, if he's drawing a card per turn, that's 3 threats he's dropping on the board every single turn, potentially. And it's just that Goliath.
Yeah, that feels very miserable. I do not envy Ross's position at all, as we are going to go Zeus here, or Thunderbolt as it may be, to pop Are we popping the? I think he's got resist. He doesn't have resist 2. He just has resist 1, so he still can't clear the John Silver, but you'll draw a card in the process. And I guess you can take some of these characters and start doing some damage to some of the lore off the board, or do you go after the library?
See, taking the lore off there, getting rid of that Calhoun. I think part of the calculation with the Goliath. Here we are talking on and on about how rough it is for Ross. I do think part of the calculation is he just needed those stats on the board. He's like, I'm going to start. I need to tear down some buildings. Getting something with 6 strength on the board, felt pretty good. Hopefully it works out. And it just.
He just had an unfortunate bricking situation there.
Unfortunate hand.
Yeah, if he could have I think at any point had you got an ink within the last 4 turns, because you played that Goliath pass, and then you had to go into this really awkward dock situation and discard your Hades. You discarded all your Hades there. So if you'd had a chance to just play an ink and you start raining down those Hades, I think we're playing a different game. I really do. I think the game is a little bit more tenable, but this one seems long in the tooth as you have this double dump Diablo, but one shiny shimmering Tinkerbell, and we are so back. I think if you can find that Tinkerbell to just eradicate this entire board, never mind, you got more dumping is coming your way. Oh my goodness, not the Kakamora. And you put the Kakamora on the Goliath there.
What's going on here?
Interesting. He wants the Goliath around. You see, he kept him there. He wants him there. He didn't get rid of it.
Nope. That's just an indicator. Yeah, give me 2 more cards. All right. Yeah, yeah. And oh my goodness, yeah, I'd love. Let's see a Tinkerbell here just to make this interesting. Yeah. I would.
But I think Tinkerbell might still be kind of bad right now because he's going to draw 3 more cards. Had Tinkerbell be set up here,
gotta keep it from winning. I mean, that's the problem.
You gotta do it. Oh no! You gotta do it. You gotta do it, and you can't even take down the library either because the Goliath and Doc together.
Oh,
is it Tinkerbell? I mean, okay,
so many cards.
He drawn 4 cards.
4. Yep. 5 cards.
Yeah, 5 cards. Oh my goodness, dude.
Yep. And
oh no,
you got to keep your opponent from winning. You
have to. You got to play to win the game.
It is what it is. But yeah, just doing the math here. 5 cards off that. I mean, maybe he decked himself.
I'm sick. I'm dizzy, Leon. I'm dizzy. Oh my god, I'm sick. I'm sick. I can't take it.
You had to. Yeah, it is.
I'm lightheaded, man. Oh my goodness, 5 more cards. But one good thing though for the 5 cards, if you can manage to stabilize the Goliath being there, will at least make them have to discard some of those after this. So at least you got that going for you. But they can just challenge and banish this Goliath right now to turn him off when you need to. and then you can just oh man, but you will survive. You played it for the next turn, and that's all you can ever ask for. And now all of your best cards are already discarded because you're going to need those Hades to crawl back into this thing. If they just deploy, they got infinite ink, infinite cards in hand. It's not looking great.
You need another Tinkerbell is what you're going to need here.
You're going to need Tinkerbells forever. Vincenzo's, Tinkerbells, Hades, everything eternal, always.
Oh my goodness! What is going on?
And we are gaining lore from the location as well. So leave you with 2. You're going to quest these other 2 characters. You do have that Tinkerbell. I mean, that is something. That's definitely not nothing in this situation. As we got the John Silver, never mind. That's it. Okay, John Silver cannot challenge next turn.
Assume it's going to be the Goliath. No, or the tank.
Or the Tinkerbell. And another dump
truck. Boom. Blow up Goliath. The dump trucks, Kakamora. You got to fire the cannon. Oh no.
No.
Pew, 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 pew.
What is happening, bro? You just got
stormtroopers over there just firing. Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Pirates flinging damage everywhere. 4 dump trucks. You have 4 Kakamora.
It's very similar. It's very similar to that Emerald Steel toilet deck that we saw last set. Raised toilet, flushing people in the toilet with the dump trucks and Kakamoras and the pirate stuff. It's a vibe, but this right here is this is what Whispers in the Well can offer us, Liam. This is what you can get.
There's so many shenanigans.
Yeah, I'm a big shenanigans fan.
Yep.
I'm I'm a big I love some tomfoolery, and Ross does not. So
no.
Woo, what
so,
what an crazy. Let's go find out, Liam. We gotta go to the interview. Let's find out what these.
It always takes me like 2 minutes to navigate over there, so I'll see you in a minute.
Oh.
What?
I think we might be muted. We can't hear anything. Luke, production. Oh, we're back now. Okay. Sorry. We're just talking about your deck, and a lot of people are big fans of your strat and what you got going on there. So can you just talk about your deck really quick? Some of the pros, some of the cons, and the heat. Just give us the spice, a little quick spice breakdown, if you don't mind.
Okay, so the way that I think about Lorcana generally is either I'm going to play the top deck, like the best deck in the format, or I'm going to try to play something that counteracts that, right? And so obviously with the release of the new set, Cinderella is just totally cracked. This line of Tipo Sail ramping into a Cinderella is just absolutely broken. And so I found myself play testing and just losing constantly to the Sapphire decks. And so I figured there has to be a way to punish them. And then the way that I normally punish Sapphire decks is with locations, right? Because you also get around things like the Prince Philip removal, right? And you also get around Spooky Sight or whatever that card is. Yeah, right? Yep. So the locations inherently solves that problem by getting around the AoE-based removal. But the thing is, you need to protect your locations, right? So that's why I added in the Dump Truck and Kakamora line along with Fire the Cannons. So this way is even if they can open with a Rafiki or a Tipo, you can just ping those characters down, which gives you that early lore from the locations. And then if you can kind of get big boy John Silver on the board, which is one of my favorite cards, he just scales so well with locations when it comes to the amount of lore pressure he applies. And because you get all this lore from the early locations, usually John Silver can close out the game for you.
Nice, man. I love the deck. I thought it was really, really moving around, and just seeing those Kakamoras, and just like you said, your strategy was able to just being able to draw multiple cards, the Diablos, the libraries, and also, are you playing Doc? I think you had Docs in there as well, and then utilizing your opponent's Goliath. I thought that was it was really, really cool to see. But Liam was here as well from the Illumineers. He's in the building, and I don't want to hog all these interviews because I can't do that. But Liam, I'm sure you're aghast as well, seeing what just happened. I think we got a new deck in the format that people are going to have to prepare for.
I just really appreciated it because you can see what you're doing early on with your opening line, getting that Zootopia on the board, which I think got like 7 lore by the end of the game. And I don't know that I have any questions other than I need to look at your deck and figure out, exactly what kind of like your end game looks like and stuff like that. It was just really, really fun to watch, and I appreciated the ingenuity of attacking what seemed to be. Or it seems to be the best strategy in the meta with that Cinderella. I guess, the matchup was in your favor. How do you feel against non-Sapphire decks, let's say like Amber Steel in the meta right now?
So with the brief testing that I was doing, Amber Steel was okay because you can generally ping off a lot of their characters. They don't have many characters that can challenge back well. But the main problem was the Purple Steel decks, as Purple Steel has been running Calhoun and that other 3/3 body for 2 and the Lexington. Yeah, so those are incredibly problematic for the deck. However, there are ways around that. By playing Calhoun in this deck, you have 3 attack or 3 strength, and you can use the Kakamora and Dump Truck ping to clear the 4 health of Lexington. But the game that we played was kind of skewed because Ross drew like all his Hades, so he giga bricked, right? And then I just kind of abused a Goliath for draw, Whereas the main draw engine in the deck is the 4 dock, the 3 Olafs, which returns a character to your hand, and then the 2 cost Song, which bounces a card. So generally, I'm trying to redock over and over and over with the Olaf and the Song in order to keep gassing.
I feel like the library is also like huge in that regard too, with a lot of your low cost characters. I mean, we saw it go off there, but it does feel like with that 8 willpower, it sticks around for a while and is probably helpful there as well. I don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially drawing 5 with a Tinkerbell double quadruple Diablo situation. That's always going to be pretty bad. But I feel so bad for Ross. We got to bring Ross in. And Ross, we saw what happened in that game number 3. We're not going to talk about that, okay? But you're on Sapphire and Steel, which again, a lot of people early projections indicate that's one of the best decks in the meta because it can do some very powerful things. Those things did not happen this time. But can you just talk about some of the things that you think went right and some of the things that went wrong, and where exactly did the wheels fall off?
Yeah, I don't know if a lot went right either of those 2 games. I also got to miss sequence there with the library. I should have taken that out before playing the Tinkerbell. But yeah, I mean the deck feels pretty strong. It's nice when you can just throw these big characters out like Hades and the Headless Horseman, and I have a Ratigan in my deck as well. But like if a deck like this with the locations can go completely underneath you, then my deck doesn't have a lot of low cost characters. Like I'm not playing Mulan or Hook. I was this weekend at the Sharp event, but those ended up bricking me in a couple rounds, so I decided to come off of them. But obviously it didn't pay off here. But yeah, I mean the deck feels pretty good in so far, but we'll have to see. I feel like there needs to be a little more cooking here with some other colors as well. So
For sure. I got a question for you. Very important question. I know you're a great player, but how many reps of Amethyst Steel location did you do in preparation for this tournament?
Actually, I was telling Derek, like I don't know if it was him that I played earlier today on the Fight Club, but I did play a deck with the Fairy Ship and Zootopia. So, and I managed to beat it. But it was only 1 game. So
okay. So you did get some reps in. So that's really good. Are you playing? I saw you playing Namara. You're playing Cinderella's, but you're also playing Kita. Is that card something that you're going to keep leaning on in terms of trying to just find an additional princess and more ramp options?
Yeah, I think so. So like this past weekend, I was actually playing Pleakley, which didn't feel great. I played against a lot of Purple Steel at the Sharp event, and they can just remove the Pleakley so that you can't. Basically, you don't have a body, you don't have anything to sing Strength with if you want to sing Strength. So I decided to switch to Kita. That way, she could stick and throw out he heralded his Thunderbolts if I wanted to. But she also synergizes well with the Cinderella. So
nice. I'm a big Sapphire Steel fan. I think that it's going to be. I still think the deck is great, but I think the Sapphire Steel players might have a new competitor here in this Amethyst Steel location deck. But Liam, do you have any other questions you want to ask before we start to throw this thing out of here?
No, not for Ross. I just, I felt for you that turn where you had the 6 ink up, you passed back, you had the 2 Hades in your hand. It just felt like, you happened to stumble into probably one of your worst matchups, a deck that was tailor built to take you down, and then just didn't have the draw to support it. So great deck. I think it'll continue to perform well. Just rough matchup tonight. One question for you, Derek: is this your brew? And if it is, do you have a name for it? These are the important questions.
Good question. Yeah, you're right.
Is this stream PG?
It's PG. It's PG-13 adjacent. You can get one S and one F, but that's it.
I call it taking a dump on the Fairy Ship.
Okay, that's fine. That's definitely PG-13. We can let that slide.
Okay. I'm not sure I can get away with that on some other streams, but okay. We'll have to come up with something. We'll have to come up with something.
Taking a dump on the ferry ship. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I can rock with it.
I can't tell if I'm glad I asked or not.
Kakamura, you know.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty good. All right. That was fun. But no, I appreciate this matchup. Ross, yeah, I felt for you, man. That turn where you left 6 ink up and just passed,
and we did mention that too, Liam. Had he just found an ink there and were able to just rain those Hades eternally, I think we'd probably be playing a different game and they'll been able to get after those locations. But that's just the way the game goes sometimes, and that's TCGs in a nutshell. It's going to happen more often than not.
But I appreciate the match from both of you. Yeah, well played.
For sure.
Yeah,
but gentlemen,
Derek, awesome deck.
But gentlemen, it's been a wonderful night of the ICL. Team Impact, you guys go down this time. Team Slab Sharks, you guys are going to maintain your undefeated status. But still, I really want to appreciate both you guys for coming out and participating. But we'll start with you first, Ross. Any shout outs that you want to give? The floor is now yours.
Yeah, first off, I want to shout out my wife, pregnant, 7 months at the moment, with 2 kids at home. Lets me drive 5 hours to tournaments. So I want to shout out her first, and my practice partner, my 6-year-old son.
Nice.
And the Memphis crew, the Impact TCG. Want to give a shout out to all of them for all the play testing. So.
Nice. Shout out Team Impact. Shout out to Rod. I didn't get a chance to see you there. I was in Sharp Gaming, man. You didn't come by and say hello. I'll shake your hand next time. Come on through.
Yeah, and, Rod was closing on a house, or actually moving in. So. For sure.
Okay. But we'll kick it on over to you, Derek, the winner. You got this thing done. The floor is yours. First, gotta give me your Google links on these lights you got back there, and whatever your camera settings are, man. Because my ISOs are all messed up. My shutter speed's cooked. My aperture is finished, man. I got to get my lighting down. So please hit me up with that. But seriously, the floor is yours.
Yeah, first off, of course, shout out to all the mothers, wives who led us as players, and fathers and husbands as well. My wife is
commentators
taking care of my kids right now, so I can play this game that I love, and I appreciate that immensely. And the other thing I just wanted to say, shout out to Team Slab Sharks for sponsoring us. This is the company that I work for, and we provide a safe space for players to sell any of their cards that they want to get rid of. We're based in Canada, basically the largest consignment company in the world, and we just try to help out. If you win a Golden Mickey, you win an Elsa, a Simba, you want to maybe get some money for it. We help players do that in a safe manner. And I'm really proud of the team that we've assembled. And just like a quick little story, when I got into Lorcana, I looked up locals where I could play. I strolled into my a store, and I queued into Lazaro Bolito and Dale Bolito for my first 2 ever games of Lorcana and got absolutely wrecked. And that's how I discovered the game.
No, not like this.
There you
go. Not like this, man. It happens. But you get better, though. Steel sharpens steel. And you got to have that prepare to win attitude. And now you guys are all teamed up together. And I'm sure they could teach you a lot. You've gotten a lot better since then. And your deck is absolutely awesome, man. But, gentlemen, from the bottom of my heart, as a representative of the ICO, I do appreciate both of your guys' commitment to this league and showing up when you didn't have to. And we really will thank you guys for that. But we'll see you next time for sure. And we'll let you guys go to have a great evening as we prepare to close the show.
I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys. See you.
Oh.
Oh, I can't hear you over in this.
Oh, you cooked me.
Oh,
I was lost. I got lost. I had it for a second. I was so fast. But man, Slab Sharks getting it done. Team Impact. Man, that's a rough night. You don't want to get that 3-0, but man, oh man, Slab Sharks came out to play, and they were on the draw a lot, Liam. They got something happening as a team. That's a team to look out for. I'm watching out for these Sharks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them twice now in the ICL, and talk to their captains, and man, a lot of talent there, and they consistently get it done. I will give Team Impact, the due here of saying, I think that they just matched poorly all night too.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the ICL, the way the color draws go, like sometimes you have a game plan. You're like, all right, if I'm gonna prepare for this, you prepare for this, you prepare for this, and if we match up this way, like we're golden.
Yeah.
And Derek there teching his deck against that Cinderella line specifically, and saying I'm gonna go low to ground locations, hoping to match into, Sapphire does. And I think that Impact just had poor matchups all night, and that didn't help their cause at all.
That's it is all going to require a little bit of luck here in the ICL, and you came up snake eyes this time. But Liam, it's always a pleasure to be here with you in the broadcast situation. I hope we can keep this party train rocking at DLC in Richmond. I haven't heard anything back yet. I'm going to go as a player if I don't hear anything back. But it's going to be a vibe. But for those at home who may not know, where can we find Liam from the Illumineers? Anything you want to say? Shout out to you. And first, before you get the shout outs, you guys need to follow this man on YouTube and go and follow the Illumineers, and make sure you watch at least, if you don't watch anything, watch the Aiden video. It's probably one of the best digital kind of videos I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, and I'm not even being hyperbolic. Get over there and watch that video. You really went to your bag on that one, and no one could do it like you. But floor yours. Shout outs. The floor is open, please.
No, I thank you for saying that. Like that one, there's a lot of people who trusted me a lot with like footage and other stuff, and they trusted me to like do something with and tell the story right, and I stressed so much about it, and I thought it was going to come out and nobody's going to watch it, so it means a lot that people enjoyed that. But no, so a couple shout outs before I talk about my own stuff. First, shout out to you, JD. Happy Veterans Day to you. Thank you for your service.
You as well.
And all the other veterans out there, who've done, served any time at all in any capacity. I appreciate you all. So yeah, shout out to you all. Echo what both players said. Shout out to the spouses out there who support us and let us do this thing. Aaron putting Elena down while I'm doing this here. And shout out to the ICL and the players and the viewers, all of you out there watching. Because if you're not watching, then what are we doing here? Like we'd still do it, JD. Frankly, like we'd still hang out and watch, and talk to ourselves. But it'd certainly be less fun. But no, you can find me on all the platforms, at Illumineers and on the ICL occasionally, and on our Monday Night live streams and doing stuff, making videos, having a good time, and hopefully at DLC Richmond. So
let's do it.
CCS coming up too. I will be there, and then I think we'll both be at PPG as well.
Yes.
Weeks.
I might be coming to CCS. I'm thinking about getting a little ticket and come over there and just come and kick it with you guys, and I'll figure that whole thing out. But to be determined. I got to talk to my spouse to make that a reality. But it's possible. Never say never. Okay.
Anytime I get here's the thing about y'all even know, because JD's been around for a while, like you see people like online and you get to interact with them and chat with them like this, and you're like, oh man, are they the same people in real life as they are on stream? And JD is more delightful in person than he is on stream. You'd think it's like not true, but it is. So I enjoy every second I get to spend with you. So
absolutely. You know what, Liam? It's all love, but I can sit here and wax poetic on my love for Liam for the rest of my night. But we will have to wrap this show at some point, Liam. But thank you so much for being here. The ICO is better when you are a part of it, and thank you for your service as well. And I can't wait to see you again, hopefully sooner than later. But my fellow Illumineers, that is going to get it done for tonight. Slab Sharks get it knocked out 3-0 fashion. We'll be back at it again tomorrow with more ICO action production. Who's going to be on the docket tomorrow? Oh, my bad. Sunflower Illumineers and Freedom Gamer are going to be the feature match for tomorrow. So make sure you guys don't miss out. We are fully invested in Whispering the Well. Thank you guys all for being here. And make sure you leave a follow and a Prime sub if you got one laying around. Until then, I'm JDZ. This is Liam. This is Luke. Shout out to the judges. And we'll be back at it again tomorrow. All right.
Slow motion.
We're raiding. We're getting that raid on. Who we sending the raid to? Stanley Streamer. The
Lorcana cleaner.
But Stanley Streamer. Bruh. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
You hate to see it. You hate to absolutely see it.
Stanley Streamer keeps TCGs cleaner.